a lot of people don't notice that, but I'll give you a small example. When I wake up in the morning, from my first floor, when I call up, Amma, Ma, where are you? You get a response back, okay, I'm here. Nothing to worry. That sense of assurance, and that's a sense of giving you calmness, and that sense of telling that, the power is right there. And for me, that is ultimate power. So she refers to me definitely as a power, as you said, with my siblings, with my wife, with my daughter, with my mother, everybody, as a matter of fact. For me, they symbolize power in a very good sense, and not to be taking any egoistic way or something, but it's definitely in a very good way that we celebrate her, most importantly, because as I said, a lot of her efforts go unnoticed, and a lot of things go unnoticed, and a lot of this, the womanhood about them goes unnoticed. And if we can actually, capture that and celebrate that in a good way, I think that's most necessary.
Very well said, sir. I think this was a pure bliss to hear this from you. Final thing, I'm not going to bother you with much more questions. What is the one message you would like to convey to 315 Work Avenue?
I think it's a wonderful thing what they're doing here right now, because, getting all the women achievers, and a lot of people, they have excelled so much in their life, especially in all fields, as a matter of fact. And celebrating these kind of women here, I think it's really a good thing. I'm thrilled to be a part of such an event.
And we are thrilled to have you with us. With that, we are done with the icebreakers. Chandu sir, as I said, I'm not going to bother you much. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, that was Mr. Chandu Gowda with us, the super talented, the multi-talented one. You heard from him. You will definitely hear a lot from him on the main stage. And yes, he's also one among the super talented panelists on the main stage. Stay tuned and witness the 315 Work Avenue Womenia 2024. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
You speak so well. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, we are here at 315. A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are here at 315 Work Avenue. Yeah, sir. Very good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Wishing you all a very happy Friday evening, and we are here at 315 Work Avenue celebrating Womenia 2024. And with us, we have the super talented and multi-talented, the man himself with decades of experience in corporate life. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it out from the man himself. Balaji sir, very good evening.
Hi, thank you for hosting me. I'm very excited.
I think we all know you very closely, but then I would love to hear a quick intro about yourself to the audience listening to this.
Sure. My name is Balaji Kesaraj.
Lovely to know you. It's our pleasure to have you, sir. But then, before I leave you to the main segment, we have a lot of things lined up for you. I got a quick rapid fire round of questions for you. Ready for it?
Yep, let's
And that's going to be super rapid.
Yeah, okay. You want to?
Yes. Boss.
Anyone who's smarter.
Brainstorm.
Teamwork.
Technology.
Anything that can improve life.
Coffee.
My morning wake-up call.
Lovely. How do you celebrate she in your life?
I think she is part of our life everywhere. Be it at home, be it at work.
Lovely, lovely. I think no better way than this to hear from you. Last question, I don't want to bother you much. What's one single message that you would like to convey to 315 Work Avenue?
Message to all the people in 315 Work Avenue. I think this is a great initiative to celebrate women at work. I think you all should continue doing this, and it's high time that we give the equal importance to women in our society, community, and at home.
Lovely. Thank you so very much, sir. It's a pleasure to have you. And yes, I'm looking to see you on the other side of the platform, being one of the panel member at this main stage. I'm looking forward, and I'm sure that we have a lot more to listen to you. And as I said, that if we can, I think the entire evening is going to fall short to listen to the gentleman right here with sharing his experience. So yes, that was Mr. Keshav with the Balaji Keshav Raj with us. Thank you so very much, sir, for coming. Thank you so very much, and I'm looking forward to see you. Thank you.
You're good.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are here at 315 Work Avenue celebrating Womenia 2024. And let me introduce you who is on the hot seat. Well, to introduce her, let me introduce her in her own way. She says every day morning, Namaskara Bengaluru. Neevu kelta idira 98.3 FM and Nanu Nimma RJ Smitha. And the background sounds like this. RJ Smitha. You got me absolutely right, ladies and gentlemen. We have the national award winner with us, none other than RJ Smitha.
Thank you so much.
Smitha, we all know you, very well known voice of Namma Bengaluru. Every day, 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. You have been my voice, my cab voice every day. I will listen to you. But Smitha, even before I actually know you, I think I can relate to you coming from an MG and an RJ, how we correlate. A quick introduction about yourself to the beautiful audience right here.
I'm actually a commerce graduate, and I think my interest in music started when I was in school, because I used to participate in a lot of extracurricular activities and a lot of singing competitions. You shouldn't ask me if I won or not, but yeah, I used to participate for sure. And from there, I think a lot of my pocket money also kept going into buying cassettes. So music has a huge role to play in what I am, and I'm very fortunate that I have a profession in which I'm connected with music.
Lovely, Smitha. I think your voice itself has that music where people actually want. I think your voice has been a wake-up call to a number of Bengalurus, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, absolutely, and I've loved it.
We all love you, Arja Smitha. That's the reason you are here. Well, Smitha, even before I leave you to the main segment, I have a quick rapid-fire round questions for you. A quick rapid-fire one-liner. Boss.
Lady boss.
Arjun Smita?
Absolutely.
Workplace?
Fun.
Career?
Should be growing.
Technology?
Use it or you'll be left behind.
Future?
Shape it yourself.
Equality?
Must at all places.
Coffee?
I have a caffeine tattoo here, so coffee lover.
Balance?
Extremely important. Work-life balance. Yeah.
Women?
Must be leaders.
I may not be wrong in asking you this question. How do you celebrate she in your life, being yourself a she?
I think being a woman itself is a celebration, but what happens is that today we have to look for occasions where we can celebrate ourselves. We are awesome at multitasking, we're so good at so many things, and somehow, despite the environment, whether it supports us or not, we have always found a way to go forward. So I think for me, a woman is not just a hero. I think we should start calling sheroes. Yeah.
Very well said, Smita. As I said that I can sit and listen to you the whole day. You're that amazing. Well, Smita, I'm not going to bother you with a longer time and no more questions. Last question, Smita. What is that one word or a message you'd like to convey to 315 Work Avenue?
First of all, I'm very happy to be a part of this Womenia event which they have organized. It's not just a representation of women, but it's also a representation of what exactly is
Thank you, Smita. I think it's our pleasure to have you. And yes, I'm looking forward as a panelist. I'm sure that you're allowed in to celebrate with us and to share with us. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a super talented, once again, the National Award winner with us, R.J. Smita Dikshit. Stay tuned to listen to her as one of the finest panelist member on the main stage. Thank you so much.
I'm going to be moderator, by the way. Panelist, moderator.
Great. Thank you so much for
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
See you.
Yes.
Thank you.
I'll see you around.
Yes, definitely.
A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Wishing you all a very happy Friday evening. We are here at 315 Women Avenue celebrating Womenia 2024. And with me, we have the super talented none other than Soumya Rao, who is a CEO and founder of Thrive Cafe. Good evening, Soumya.
Hello, how are you?
Super good. How have you been?
Very good, thank you.
Soumya, we all know you. You are the CEO and founder of Thrive Cafe. Tell us something about yourself, a quick introduction about yourself.
Okay, I think I'm a Bangalorean. It's a rare species. So I was born and brought up here. I speak Kannada. So that's a little bit about myself. I'm a single mother, and I think the last role I played before this was in an MNC called Diageo, where I was doing alcohol innovation. And that's when I decided to jump ship and build my own company in the mental health space.
I think if I have to say, it's not easy being a single mother. I think it's going to be a lot of hustle every day.
Absolutely. It's a very interesting space to be. I think there are both pluses and challenges to it.
And you are a strong woman.
Without doubt.
Lovely, and that's the reason you are here, and that's our pleasure that to witness you here. Okay, so even before I leave you to the main stage and to the main segment, a quick round of rapid fire with you. Ready for it?
Sure.
Boss.
Me?
Lovely, lovely. This was expected. Workplace,
Homely?
career,
Passion?
technology,
Easy?
brainstorm,
Fun?
future,
Bright?
equality.
Always.
Lovely. With that, we come to an end of rapid fire round. I'm Jasti Vade Kodakilla Somnare. But then, how do you celebrate she in your life? I know this is, I think you are the right person if I have to ask this.
How do I celebrate she?
Yes.
I think every day is a celebration of being a woman for me. I have a daughter who's 16 and both of us are very sure we would not want to be born anything other than a she. So we celebrate by just being naturally what we are without, so I've tried to bring up my daughter what she should and shouldn't do. I think that's my way of
I think no better than this can I have. That's the reason I said you are the right person to ask this question. And this is so lovely. And I said this is a message to all the moms right there. How well you bring up your kids in today's world, and that to being a single mother. I think hats off to you, Soumya. But then one last, my question is, what is that one message you'd like to convey to the people right here in 315 WA? Lovely. Ladies and gentlemen, you just witnessed and heard the beautiful mom. I think I must say this, she's a Santur mom, Soumya. But yes, celebrating Womenia with her is no much bigger than, I think this is all we needed. The beautiful moms right here, the beautiful, super talented women celebrating Womenia at 315. This is all. And I'm sure that I'm looking forward to meet you as a panelist right there on the main stage. And there's a lot for us to discuss right there. So thank you so much for coming. It's a pleasure to have you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Most welcome. I didn't even know what you were going to ask.
You all a very happy Friday evening. I wish you all good evening. Good evening. It's Friday evening and the energy sounds so low. Good evening. Double the energy. Come on, once again we do this. Good evening. Hi Rabba. Good evening. Okay, let me see. Once again, a very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Wishing you all a very happy Friday evening. This is your host and those anchor Sapna, and I heartily welcome you all for Womenia 2024 at 315 Work Avenue. Are you all excited to know what exactly is lined up this evening? With few amazing bundle of talented people right here amidst us. Are you all excited? I have the hearing problem. Are you all excited? I am super excited. Thank you so much for that response and thank you. Welcome for 315 Work Avenue. Before we get started, ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to be part of Womenia 2024, and what better than this to celebrate Friday evening. Once again, I welcome you all for Womenia 2024. In the beginning, we have an invocation, and to welcome her, ladies and gentlemen, put up a huge round of applause and let's welcome none other than Spurti S. Joshi on the stage. Give her a huge round of applause for her. I got to introduce her with few amazing words. She is a Kathak dancer, has been training under the tutelage, did I read that right, darling? With Guru Srimati Nirupama Rajendra and Srimati T.D. Rajendra over decades. Ladies and gentlemen, she has been performed in number of shows across Chennai and Delhi. She has choreographed for many events, few of them being Malhar Mela and Christ School Annual Day. She is also a postgraduate from Manipal University in the field of stem cells and regenerative medicine. Today she will be invoking the Lord's blessing by performing for the composition Gajay Ganapati Jagavananda. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a beautiful ride with us. Give her a huge round of applause for once again none other than Spurti Joshi. Ready? Let's go.
Shankara Sura Bhavani Nandana Shankara Sura Bhavani Nandana Gaye Ganapati Jagavandana Shankara Sura Bhavani Nandana Gaye Siddhi Sadana Gajavadana Vinayaka Siddhi Sadana Gajavadana Vinayaka Kripa Sindhu Sundari Savinayaka Modak Priya Mud Mangal Data Modak Priya Mud Mangal Data Vidya Varidhi Buddhi Vidata Gaye Ganapati Jagavandana Gaye Ganapati Jagavandana Gaye Mangat Tulsidas kare jore Mangat Tulsidas kare jore Bas hi Ram se manas bhore Bas hi Ram se manas bhore
Ladies and gentlemen, give a huge round of applause for Spurti. But before we go, Spurti, beautiful talent you inherit. Once again, come on everybody, what a Ganpati Bappa! Ganpati Bappa! Very beautiful art. I think dance itself is one such beauty, and I'm sure how many of you did really notice how many expressions did she change out of those 8 minutes of performance that she has given? Anyone, did you really count? Let me tell, 800 expressions out of those minutes of performance that she did. Lovely. Thank you so much. Give her a huge round of applause for the beautiful talented one right here. Thank you so much, Gopi. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, by seeking the blessings of Ganpati Bappa, may I call upon the dignitaries on the dais to join me for lamp lighting. May I call upon Prachi to join me on the dais. We have Irene, we have Kirti, Moon, and Amita with us. May I request the dignitaries to join us for the lamp lighting. किसी भी शुभ कार्य से पहले पप्पा का आशीर्वाद होना जरूरी होता है. And on this beautiful occasion of me celebrating Womenia 2024, this is much needed, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, let's go ahead.
Fatima. Choose.
Love, the brightness of life, a divine that shows that every darkness has a beautiful beginning to go. With that, we have a beautiful lady celebrating Womenia for the lamp lighting. Thank you so very much, and may I request the audience to kindly be seated. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Reason we celebrating Womenia 2024. On 8th of March, when I was hosting one of the shows with one of the amazing panelists and amazing audience in the house, they asked me, Sapna, Women's Day is a day to celebrate every day. Why is just 8th of March? I had no answer, I was blank. Well, that was a question to me as well. But then I just answered him that you are a corporate employee and in your organization there is one day called as R&R, that's called as Awards and Recognition. That day is called as recognizing your hard work that's been doing. And that's day, 8th of March, has been recognized as International Women's Day, celebrating she, the hard work, the sacrifices that she does. I think if I just walk to you and randomly ask anyone, what is the role of she in your life? I think none of us life is incomplete, or it's complete without she. That could be your mom, your wife, your sister, your colleagues, your daughter, anyone. Life is incomplete without she, and life is incomplete. I think life is nothing. I was actually talking to one of the gentlemen right here, and sir did say, every morning when I wake up, I shout from my bedroom saying, Mummy, where are you? And the only answer that she says is, I am here, and that makes my day. Am I right, sir? Correct me if I heard you wrong. I think this is all, so even after having a hectic schedule that we all are here, we run home, no matter how grown up we are, we just run home and see, where is mommy? Dad is there, sister is there, your pet is there, doesn't matter. If mom is not around us, we ask, where is mommy? I think we all will agree to it, correct? Because I definitely do that. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we have super talented panelists with us, and help me out in welcoming on the stage. Can we have the setup done for us panelists in the house? It's my pleasure to welcome them. We have the super talented Soumya Rao with us, who is a CEO and founder of Tribe Cafe. Let me just read about her. customer. Soumya Rao is the founder of Thrive Cafe, a mental health tech venture born from 2 decades of experience at corporate consumer marketing. Sir, ನಾನು ಮಾತಾಡಬೇಕು ಸರ್. ಬಹಳ ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟು ಕರ್ಸ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Marketing and innovation. Thrive Cafe was started to revolutionize mental health supporting using technology. Since its inception in the year October 2022, there has been significant growth, secured investments, evolution of their product, and successful launch of Reimagine a platform. With over thousands of users and notable engagement, Thrive Cafe is all about democratizing mental health. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, help me out in welcoming none other than the beautiful Soumya Rao. We welcome you, Soumya. It's an honor to have you. In the next, we have none other than Mr. Balaji Keshav Raj, who is a MD. With over 20 years of experience in corporate, ladies and gentlemen, he has worked for over 10 years at Microsoft and another 12 years across Cisco, Autodesk and Tanla. Oh, wow. I think what more, sir, I have to add upon. He currently runs multiple ventures and is a serial entrepreneur. Outside work, he likes to spend time with his family and daughter. He loves the wildlife and is a regular visitor at Kabini. How's a tiger at Kabini, sir? You know, tomorrow you're basically traveling to Kabini. Let's all join him. Let's get our schedule free and join Kabini right there. You ready to take us? We would love to join you watching the tigers right there. Ladies and gentlemen, help me out in welcoming once again Balaji Keshav Raj on the dais. May I request you both to join us, please? Well, if I have to call upon the next moderator, you might, I think I did have a word with her, and she has been a wake-up call to most of us. Namaskara, Bengaluru! ನೀವು ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ 98.3 FM. ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಮ RJ ಸ್ಮಿತಾ. RJ ಸ್ಮಿತಾ, RJ ಸ್ಮಿತಾ. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the national award winner, recently a moderator, RJ Smita. She was recently awarded a national award from the Election Commission of India, and the award was presented by none other than our president. Ladies and gentlemen, give her a huge round of applause for RJ Smita, a huge accomplishment on a national platform. She is also a certified yoga practitioner and a trekker, and of course the fitness enthusiast. Welcome, Smita. Thank you so very much. Ladies and gentlemen, when I stand upon and call this super talented one, I feel so proud that I think my 7 years of hard work is paying off. I think I witnessed this evening, super talented achievements this evening. In the next, what I talk about him, we have, I'll talk about him and let me guess how many of you get the right answer. He is an emerging Indian actor making waves in the industry. He gained nationwide recognition for his impactful performance in a negative role in the year 2019 Kannada crime thriller. Any guesses who is this? Pin drop silence. In class silence is there, sir. Okay. Beyond screen accomplishments, his versatility through captivating stage performances with seamless role transition. He embodies an unwavering commitment to acting. Ladies and gentlemen, help me out in welcoming none other than Arjun Gowda. We got to listen to more. This is just a beginning. I think I'm taking the entire limelight of welcoming a panelist. In the next, we have, I think, I did say her that you are a Santur Mommy. Any guesses who the Santur Mommy is with us? Ladies and gentlemen, of course, put your hands up in the air. Come on, everybody, put your hands up in the air and let's welcome Aishwarya Vasudevan, who is a Group Chief Operating Officer. I think I don't have words to welcome her on the stage. But once again, I will just address her by calling Santur Mommy itself the same thing. I'm opening the panel. Can we have a huge round of applause to all the panelists right here, and of course the moderator herself. I don't have to say about her. And yes, Smita, over to you now, and the session is all yours.
A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, 315 Work Avenue, for having me over for this wonderful event. I read a very interesting quote that said that behind every strong woman is a story that gave her no choice. Have you ever heard a quote that says, behind every strong man is a story that gave him no choice? That itself gives us some perspective of where we are today. But however, having said that, this is not going to be a whining fest where we say, okay, all these things are happening to women. Instead, we're going to learn from the accomplished lot and see if we can make the world a better place, especially for women. So welcome, panelists. And I think we need to give the two men an additional round of applause because on Women's Day, they're here to represent and speak on behalf of women. So welcome. Aishwarya, I want to start with you. You have like over 30 years of experience 20 years of experience in various roles, and leadership role is definitely one of them. So how easy or difficult is it to move up the ladder for a woman?
I don't think, I think I'll speak for all the women here. I don't think it has been easy, has it? I don't think there's any woman today, at least as far as India is concerned, who will come up and say, oh, it was a cakewalk. I finished school was great, I was a secretary of the college, and then from there, my mom and my dad, they said okay to everything, and then I went to this office, and then they absolutely recognized my performance. Never, for a woman, it's the potential that they recognize. It's always their performance, and then zoom up the ladder. In 5 years, I became the CEO of the company. Am I right?
Yes.
So I rest my case. It has not been easy, but I think the journey has been beautiful.
Sure.
I'm glad that you said this is not a wine session.
Yeah.
It's not, oh my God, it's been horrible. It's been amazing. I think women are who we are because of the tenacity, and we are here today to make sure that we share. And,
Yes.
Learn from our experience.
Absolutely, and women like you inspire us on a day-to-day basis because there are times when we feel that it's not that easy, but then we look up and say, hey, if they have done it, then I'm sure we can try too. So, well done on that. Balaji sir, you are a serial entrepreneur. What a visiting card that is. We have serial actors here as well and movie stars, but then I'm a serial entrepreneur. So, I'm sure have nurtured a lot of women in your journey as well as entrepreneurs. So, in comparison to men, how many women come forward and say, I want to be an entrepreneur? Is there any help, assistance, etc.?
Okay, so really the entrepreneurial journey or, doing a startup sounds very fashionable, very sexy, and it seems to be a cool word. Bare fact, 80% of startups don't make it across. Okay. So it's less than 20% that are really successful. And what I tell most people is, it doesn't matter whether you're a man or a woman, it's immaterial. What is the problem that you're trying to solve? I think that is key. Right? You need to identify a problem, you need to know how you're going to solve for it, and then you solve for it. Personally, I worked for 20 years in companies like Microsoft, Cisco, and so on, before I moved the other side. Just in comparison to what she was saying, I have not seen any disparity in most of the places. I worked with women at my level. I've reported into multiple women managers right through my career. It's as challenging, as exciting to work with them. So I think the big thing for me is we're equal, right? And we should learn to treat people equally, not say, I'll give you more because you're a woman or a man, or not give you less, right? So I think it's really important that you're treated equally, and I think in the startup world, everyone rolls up their sleeves, everyone needs to do the hard work. It's equal all across, right? You need to bring the coffee to people, you need to be the CEO, you need to be on the board, so it doesn't matter what you are. And for sure, it does not matter whether you're a guy or a girl.
Okay, just adding to that, because it involves being an entrepreneur, I'm sure there's a lot of money involved. So in how many cases do the women, say I'll go back and I'll come back to you because they want to speak to somebody else at home and make the decision versus a man on the spot says, okay, good to go, not good to go, whatever.
Fair point, right? So, it works both ways. We've seen I don't know if women would come up and say, okay, I've got money in the pocket, because quite often most startups are bootstrapped. Right. You don't have the money. But what is one thing which is different, which is really nice, not just in India, but I see it around the world, is this huge amount of money kept aside by the government, by venture capitalists, by most companies for women-led entrepreneurs. Right? So, for example, I spend a lot of time in Seattle. If you go to Washington State, if you're a women-led entrepreneur, There's huge benefits. Why go to Seattle? Karnataka government has set aside some 8,000 crores. Right? 8,000 crores for women-led entrepreneurs. Right? So there is money available. You can go to a bank and say that you're an MSME, you're starting a company, you're women-led, there's money for you. Right? There's unsecured loans which is mandated by the government to be given. So I'm saying, if you, again, I'll keep going back to the same point. You have an idea, you know how to solve for it, you will find the money. It doesn't matter whether you're a guy or a girl, because there are avenues, there is money available on the table. Do you have the right solution, and do you have the grit and the will to see it across? I think that's really important.
Right. Soumya, very interesting, like whatever you started, I tried to look it up actually, Thrive Cafe. First I thought maybe I can bake something myself. Can you tell us a little bit about Thrive Cafe?
So we are a self-care platform.
Right.
So basically the insight is that, in our country, if we borrow a bowl of sugar from someone, we return it with a bowl of almonds or something, right?
Yes.
Because we don't know help as a concept. We know it is as favor, right? So help, asking for help, while from the Prime Minister downwards, everybody is talking about it when it comes to mental health. We believe, I come from a consumer marketing background, so changing attitudes is very difficult, right? It will happen, but it will take more time. So we said we want to build a solution which helps people take care of themselves. Because, see, when it comes to a stomach upset, you know what to do.
Correct.
But when it comes to emotional health, you don't know what to do. My mother doesn't know, my grandmother knows, nobody knows, right? So it is a area where we have no knowledge. And so we built a product which is a SaaS tool, which helps you, first of all, become aware of what is wrong with you.
Okay.
And it's for everyday emotional health care, right? So that's what it is.
You have also used technology.
It's a fully tech-driven product.
Right. So how does that work with mental health? When you say technology with mental health for women?
See, technology is into everything that we do. So, I mean, the best of technology is actually simple and easy, right? It should not look like it's technology. So, we also try, and see, given that there's a lot of AI and hype, so we are also on our AI journey. But there are very specific roles that AI can play. The idea is, how can AI or any technology be as intuitive and easy that it doesn't even look and feel like technology. That's the ideal way to. And then it's about, see, end of the day, especially when it comes to mental, emotional health, most of it happens here.
Yeah.
And even if you go to a therapist and when you talk, you think, reflect, people processing. It's all happening here. So as long as there's a bunch of tools, well designed, scientific, etc., which can allow you to do the work here, we can do it. So broadly, that's what.
Okay, so how does economic balance fit into this entire thing?
See, I think the big thing, especially when it comes to women, is the sense of agency. Right? Agency means what? It means I have the power to make my choices, I can influence my outcomes, etc. So a lot of, we have been living in a patriarchal world where a lot of women are brought up to believe there is no agency. I am at the mercy of, I know it's a strong word, but I have these gender roles and this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm not supposed to speak, I'm not supposed to do this. There's so much expectation and bias that's in the system that many women don't even realize they have agency. Whether you want to become an entrepreneur or you want to go to the corporate world or you want to make idlis and sell it in your neighborhood, there is a lot that women can do for themselves when they realize they have a sense of agency. And it's not that simple. Socially, there are a lot of factors that come in. So some families may make it very difficult and some are more inclusive. It's up to the woman to do it. So I think mental health plays a role in helping a person overcome their own inner demons so that that sense of agency can come out.
Sure.
Did that answer your question?
Yes, absolutely. Arjun.
Yes.
So for those of you who don't know Arjun, of course, Sapna gave a wonderful introduction for him. However, during the second wave of COVID, Arjun also started his own ambulance service. So I think he deserves a round of applause. He put on the PPE and he was out and about helping people. So Arjun, ನನಗೆ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ಆ ಟೈಮ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಯು ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಫೆಲ್ಟ್ ದಟ್ maybe COVID was one thing that sort of made everybody equal, right? Men, women, everybody were the same. ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಸಹಾಯ ಬೇಕಿತ್ತೋ, you just had to go out and help them. But I'm sure you have come across many instances where you must have felt it should have been better for women. ಆ ಥರ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಫೀಲ್ಡಲ್ಲಿ anything that you have come across.
ಸೊ ಇವಾಗ ನಾವು ಯಾವ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿದ್ವಿ, ಜೆಂಡರ್ ಈಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ, ಕೋವಿಡ್ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಯಾವುದು ಮೇಲೆ ಯಾವುದು ಕೆಳಗೆ ಅನ್ನೋದೇ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಕೋವಿಡ್ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ನಾನು ಆಂಬ್ಯುಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಡ್ರೈವ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಐ ಕ್ರಿಮೇಟೆಡ್ ಮೋರ್ ದೆನ್ 120 ಬಾಡೀಸ್ ಡ್ಯೂರಿಂಗ್ ದೋಸ್ ಟೈಮ್. ಕ್ರಿಮೇಟೆಡ್ ಮೋರ್ ದೆನ್ 120 ಬಾಡೀಸ್ ದೋಸ್ ಟೈಮ್. ಐ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಗೆಟ್ ಅ ಕಾಲ್. ಹೆಂಗೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ನನ್ನ ಕಾಲ್ ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಇರ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. Hi, Arjun, is this Arjun? No. People used to cry from that side. They used to literally shout from that side. So, ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಜನ ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳು ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ನನಗೆ. ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಟೆಲ್ ಯು ಅ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಇನ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ವಿಚ್ ಐ ವೆಂಟ್ ಥ್ರೂ. ಒಂದು ದಿನ ನನಗೊಂದು ಕಾಲ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಈವ್ನಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ಟೈಮ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ, ಮೇಡಮ್ ಇವಾಗ ನಾನು ಹೆಣನ ಪಿಕ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಟೈಮ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಗ್ರೇವಿ ಯಾರ್ಡ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಸ್ಟೋರೇಜ್ಗೆ ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಐಸ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಐ ಪಿಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಅಪ್ ಟುಮಾರೋ ಅಂತ. ಇಲ್ಲ, ನನಗೆ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್ ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್ ಬೇರೆ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಹೆಣ ಇಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಜಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಕಮ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಪಿಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಅಪ್ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ, ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಶೀಸ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್. ನಾನು ಅವ್ರ ಕಣ್ಣಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಕೂಡ ನೋಡಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಒಂದು ಡಾಕ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ ನೋಡಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಐ ಗಾಟ್ ಟು ನೋ ದ ಬಾಡಿ ವಾಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಹಸ್ಬೆಂಡ್ ರಿಲೇಷನ್ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಹಸ್ಬೆಂಡ್ ಅಂತ ಇತ್ತು. ಅದು ಲೈಕ್ ವೆರಿ ಯಂಗ್ ಕಪಲ್, ವೆರಿ ಯಂಗ್ ಕಪಲ್. ಸೊ ಶಿ ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂತ. ಐ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಗಿವ್ ಮೈ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್, ಲೈಕ್ ಒನ್ ಟ್ರೈ ಗ್ರೇವಿ ತೊಗೊಂಡೋಗಿ. ಆವಾಗ ತಾವರೆಕೆರೆ ಹತ್ರ ಒಂದು ಗಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತೊಗೊಂಡೋಗಿ ಸುಡಬೇಕಿತ್ತು ಬೇಡ. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದಾಗ ನಾನು ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರು ನನ್ನ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು, ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸೀನ್ ಯುವರ್ ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್, ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸೀನ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ದ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ, ಕೆನ್ ಐ ಕಂಪನಿ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್, ನಾನು ಬರ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಅದು ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗೋಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಪಿ ಪಿ ಕಿಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇತ್ತು, ಮಾಸ್ಕ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಐ ಡಿಂಟ್ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಸೇ ನೋ. ಸೊ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಂದ್ವಿ. ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡೋಗಿ ಆ ಜರ್ನಿಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಶಿ ಡಿಡ್ಂಟ್ ಇವನ್ ಓಪನ್ ಹರ್ ಮೌತ್, ಶಿ ವಾಸ್ ಸೋ ಕ್ವೈಟ್. ನಾನು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದೆ, ಹಣನೆಲ್ಲ ಅರೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಇನ್ನೇನೋ ಬೆಂಕಿ ಹಚ್ಚಬೇಕು ನಾನು. ಆಗ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದೆ, ಮೇಡಮ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಕ್ರೈ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಕ್ರೈ, ಡೋಂಟ್ ಬಾಟಲ್ ಅಪ್ ಯುವರ್ ಎಮೋಷನ್ಸ್, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಗೋನಾ ಹರ್ಟ್ ಯು ಲೇಟರ್, ಪ್ಲೀಸ್. ಆವಾಗ ಶಿ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್ ಮೀ ದೇರ್ ವಾಸ್ ಅ ಲವ್ ಮ್ಯಾರೇಜ್, or it was a love marriage. She is from Kashmir. He literally fought against my community to get me here. I didn't even know, I don't even know how much is the saving or whatever it is. Now, no, I don't have any relations. This is so end. He is also not there now. ನಾನು ಏನಾದರೂ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಿಡೋಣ ಅಂತ ಅಂದರೆ I'm pregnant now, so I can't harm myself. ಸೊ ಅವತ್ತು ನನಗೆ ಅವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಒಂದು ಡ್ರಾಪ್ ಕಣ್ಣೀರಾಗಲಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ಹೋದೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಮುಗಿಸ್ದೆ, ಐ ಡ್ರಾಪ್ ದ ಬ್ಯಾಗ್, ಶಿ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ವೆಂಟ್. ಅವತ್ತು ನಾನು ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿದೆ, ಒಂದು ಹೆಣ್ಣು ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಸಾಮರ್ಥ್ಯನ ಹೊಂದಿರ್ತಾಳೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ತುಂಬ ಹತ್ತು ಆರ್ಭಟ ಮಾಡಿದವ್ರನ್ನ ಕಿರ್ಚಿ ಮಾಡಿದವ್ರನ್ನ ನೋಡಿದ್ದೆ, ಬಟ್ ಶಿ ವಾಸ್ ಸೋ ಫೈನ್, ಶಿ ವಾಸ್ ಸೋ ಕಾಮ್. ಶಿ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್, ದ ಮೋರ್ ಐ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್, ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಮೇಕ್ ಗುಡ್ ಡಿಸಿಷನ್, ಸೊ ಐ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್. So this kind of experiences I have undergone. Right. I can tell you a bit of on one sthiti anta banta.
And also I think sometimes when these sort of incidents happen,
Yes.
money also plays a very important role.
Yes.
You know, emotion is one, but then women suddenly have to think, how do I take care of my family? So in that scope, have you come across anything where women have been empowered, you know, like pulled out from a situation and said, like sir was saying, there are so many things available for women, but they are not even aware that ಈ ತರ ಕೂಡ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಗಳು ಅವೈಲೇಬಲ್ ಇದೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ. ಮುಂದೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಅವರು ಇದನ್ನ like they can seek help.
Yes.
Right, you were mentioning about the fact that we don't know that we can even ask for help. So any such instances you have come across?
Yeah, ನಿಮಗೆ ಈ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಮನೆಗಳ ಹತ್ರ ಈ ನಮ್ಮ ತಾಯಿ ಕೂಡ ಮಾಡೋದನ್ನ ನಾನು ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಅವರವರೇ ಸೇರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಒಂದು ಸಂಘ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದುಡ್ಡುಗಳನ್ನ ಎವ್ರಿ
ಮೈಕ್ರೋ ಫೈನಾನ್ಸಿಂಗ್,
ಮೇ ಬಿ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್. ಸೊ ಅವರವರೇ ಮಾಡಿ ದುಡ್ಡುಗಳನ್ನ, ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಫಂಡ್, ಇಟ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಇಟ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ ಬಿಫೋರ್. ಸೊ ಅಂಥದನ್ನ ದುಡ್ಡನ್ನ ಕೂಡಿಟ್ಟು ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಪರ್ಸೆಂಟ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ಗೆ, ಲೈಕ್ ವೆರಿ ಲೆಸ್, ಸೊ ದಟ್ ದರ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಇಂಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ಟು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಅನದರ್ ವುಮೆನ್. ಸೊ ಅವ್ರ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿಲಿ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗಲಿ ಅನ್ನೋ ಥರ ಅಂಥದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಬಟ್ ಆ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವರು ಸಂಘದಿಂದ ದುಡ್ಡು ತಗೊಂಡು ನಮ್ಗೇನಲ್ಲಿ ದುಡ್ಡು ನಮ್ಗೇನು ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಏನಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ವಿ ವರ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್. ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟಿಂದ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಫೆಸಿಲಿಟೀಸ್ ಇತ್ತು. ಬಟ್ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ವಿಮೆನ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಅವ್ರು ಈ ಥರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು. ನಾನು ಅದನ್ನು ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಫೈನಾನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಬಂದಾಗ ತುಂಬ ಮೈಕ್ರೋ ಫೈನಾನ್ಸ್, ಚಿಟ್ ಫಂಡ್ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ. ಸೊ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗಿವ್ ಯು ದಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್.
Right. Aishwarya, I have a question for you. So, you know, when I'm sure it happens in every organization, when a decision is being made to move a woman to a higher role, right? Up above, we see that there are a lot of men in different positions. You may have sat in panels other than this where you have to fight or try to exercise your voice a lot more than the men would. Because I've had female friends who have said that, like I've sat in a bunch of 10-15 men and everybody's chit-chatting, and when I want my voice to be heard, I literally have to scream like 2 decibels above. So when it comes to higher roles, what sort of discussions happen when it comes to saying, okay, let's, you know, like give a woman a promotion or let's move her up the ladder?
The sad truth, of course, I've been across different kinds of industries, but the sad truth is more often than not, a woman has been overlooked for a position because, like I said in the beginning, it's always her performance is good. She's a good resource, good employee. Never, oh, she's got great potential. Yeah, you just give her a good team and she's going to probably lead much better. Unfortunately, that is there. But I have seen, I know there's only 5% or lesser as far as the Bombay Stock Exchange or even the India panels of CEOs and CXOs are concerned. But women are voicing their, you know, stand. Women are shouting. It would be great if we didn't have to shout and we can be calm and composed and our data is actually taken into account rather than these. I must say this, I think a large part of the reason why we are all here is an unconscious bias. I don't think this is between men and women. I don't think men are the villains that we are making them out to be. It is an unconscious bias that is kind of programmed into our DNA that women can't do this. And more and more, you know, as we have these kind of panels, as we have these kind of discussions, and when more and more women come up and prove in terms of running different disciplines across the company, that will go away. But today it is there. Women will have to shout and scream and make a stand and be a little bit more resilient than men.
And I'm sure the support system matters a lot, whether at work or at home.
Absolutely,
the support
absolutely.
system matters a lot for women too.
Like you are saying, awareness, a lot of us are talking about awareness, that, you know, women should stand up for each other. There must be awareness that we must be equal and all of that. One of the movements that actually made a big difference was this double income household. A lot of mother-in-laws, father-in-laws, a lot of men, and I'm not talking about people in this room. We definitely are, for a lack of a better word, a little bit more woke. But instead of a double income household, why don't you look at an equal income household? Why don't we also start contributing equal to what a man does? That if HRs, that if women leaders kind of, you know, propagate, I think it will make a difference.
Sure. Yes. Yeah, sure, absolutely.
All right, so actually you touched upon something very interesting as a unconscious bias, and I just wanted to touch on that. And she clarified it. I just wanted to give an example. I think the unconscious bias is still a lot more within women themselves also. And I see this quite often, that the confidence for them to put the hand up and to move ahead is like, oh my God, can I do that? Right? So I'm not sure how can you solve for that, but that's something that I've seen. And I've seen so many people, so just to add on in terms of opportunities, and I'll keep talking about whatever I know as opportunities for women, it's mandated by the law in India that every public listed company, there are over 5,000 in the Bombay Stock Exchange alone, there needs to be a women independent director on the board. Must have. Right? So you can't say there isn't opportunities, you must have a woman. So do we have enough women on the board? Enough women who can take that board position today? Hardly. That's the reality, right? So I'll give you an example. My house, my wife is on the board of multiple companies. She's been on the board of ITC, she's been on the board of multiple companies. There are no women to take on board positions. I mean, can you believe that? There are 5,000 companies which need women. We don't have enough women to take on those positions, right? So there needs a balance between saying, hey, I don't have the opportunities, but also looking at what are the opportunities and how do you grow, right? And actually, I think perfectly said, you need to have freedom at home, freedom at work, freedom of speech, and most important, self-belief. Right? There is nothing different between a man and a woman. Why can't a woman be on the board when a guy can be? I mean, she's as brilliant or even more brilliant than most guys around. Stop double guessing yourself. I think that's really what I would
They
say.
say a woman should run the country.
Exactly.
So that she thinks from the heart and the head, not just the head.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I agree with you on that. So, thank you, Aishwarya. You brought a big point up.
Okay, since you have the mic, I'm going to ask you itself. When it comes to women entrepreneurs, right, do they have any advantage over men? When it comes to leading organizations or running, I'm sure you're an entrepreneur yourself, so.
Yes, I think she'd be more apt to answer that one because she's running a company. But if you ask me, really speaking, at least that's the lens that I get when I'm as an angel investor and I'm meeting multiple people coming and pitching ideas. I don't even see whether it's a boy or a girl, it doesn't matter. Right? What matters is what are you going to solve, how are you going to solve, how well are you going to do it, and how soon are you going to do it. Right? There are fundamentals that you look at. How soon are you going to go to market? What's your route to market? When are you going to break even? How much money do you need? Where's my exit? Right? Really, those would be your broad pillars, and it doesn't matter whether it's Shehnaz Babuji presenting to me or anybody else, right? I know that's why I picked a name, but I'm just saying it doesn't matter who it is, really, quite honestly. Right? So I don't think there's a bias in the entrepreneurial world saying, oh, it's a girl, so let me give her more opportunity, or it's not a girl, so I'm not going to give it to her. Why should she get it, right? Because I think here it is really, we're trying to urinate for creating opportunity and to make quick money, right? Really is it's a multiplier when you get into the startup world, but sadly, as I said, 80% fail. So how do you get there? And there's enough support ecosystem for startups. And for women, there are enough grants available from a financial standpoint. There's mentoring sessions available in most VCs. There are enough people who come onto your board and help you. So the ecosystem is present. It's for you to put up your hand and say, hey, I want help. Whether it's a guy or a girl. Right? But financially, more support for women than men.
Over to you. So talking about mental health, right? I think of late, at least COVID opened up a conversation about mental health. Somewhere, do you agree that maybe women express it more than men? I'm not saying men don't have mental health issues. I'm sure they deal with their own set of stress. But do you think mental health, when we talk about it, it is more visible in women or addressed more?
So certainly the numbers don't lie. Right? Globally, women are more. The data shows that women more suffer from mental health issues than men. But if you look at it from a different cut, people below 30 is actually the most vulnerable. So, and when you look at below 30, then it's gender agnostic. So I think somewhere the world is evolving really fast, right? So traditionally, biologically, both genders are the same. So there's nobody who's more prone to it than the other. It's just that, and I was just watching Taylor Swift's interview, I think yesterday or day before, where she was talking about how women, and this is Taylor Swift, so it's not India, right? She's talking about how women have been socially conditioned to silently absorb things. You just keep absorbing here, absorbing there, no voice, put your point of view second. So there's a whole social angle of what you can do, can't do, shouldn't do. While of course all the opportunities are there, it is so many generations, hundreds of thousands of years of this conditioning of what you should do, shouldn't, can do, can't do. Now all of that goes and sits and becomes conflict in the head, and that is the crux of the problem. It's not that biologically, women, there's some wiring problem that more of us have a problem or anything. We end up playing more types of roles. We are brought up to say that our primary role is that of a mother and a homemaker. That means if you are not there for your child, it's like, coming Wednesday, Thursday, I am going for an event to Bombay and it's my daughter's school PTM. Right? I'm not going to be there. She's in 11th standard. It's an important meeting. I'm not going to be there. Now, being a single parent, there is nobody else to say. No, like this, there are so many pulls for a woman. And hence, the more you suppress and the more directions you are pulled in, it is going to take a toll. And that's That's the reality of what it is.
And also the guilt tripping.
Absolutely. I've hired women, in my corporate role who've come back after maternity break, and they're so defensive about everything. Even if they want to go, 1 hour or come 1 hour late because they have to drop the child and come, whatever it is. See, this was I'm talking pre-COVID. Post-COVID, a lot more flexibility is coming, but there's so much guilt. I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that, because there's this whole list of shoulds. And earlier we used to think mother-in-law is the culprit. Actually, mother itself is the culprit, because people will say, why do you need to work? Your husband is earning, no? You can be taken care of. Why do you need to work? And and so if a woman has any ambition that I want to work, then she's got this entire guilt. Says, oh, I do this, I'm not doing this. Whole brain all the time is working. When you're at home, you're thinking of all the things you didn't do in office. When you're sitting in the office, you're thinking of all the things you didn't do at home.
Right.
It's insane.
Yeah, I think that's how somehow we manage to keep the balance. To be stressed all the time.
Yeah, the only balance is the degree of stress. There is no other balance.
So Arjun, I want to ask you. So, you have handled different profiles, and also as an actor, general meet over a period of time. So there was this interesting thing about how poverty plays a very important role in a woman's life, in the sense that when you compare after a certain age, because there's no financial independence, women somehow start counting that money later half of their life. They suddenly realize, oh my God, I have such less money, because for a large part of their life, the man has taken care. And then if they're left alone, or if they need extra money, they realize they don't have enough money. So in your opinion, is there anything that you can say or you can add that says, idu madodrinda economical independence barutte, or anything like that?
So it's very basic again, madam adana clear agi ತುಂಬಾ ಮನೆ ಮೊದಲ ಪಾಠ ಶಾಲೆ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಯಾವುದನ್ನೇ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೂ ಮುಂಚೆ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಗೆಟ್ ದ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಹೋಮ್. ಲೈಕ್ ಈ ಹೌಸ್ ಹೋಲ್ಡ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಏನಿದೆ, ನಾವು ಬೆಳ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಂದು ನೋಡಿರೋದೆಲ್ಲ ಅಮ್ಮ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ, ಅಕ್ಕ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ, ಈ ಅತ್ತೆ ಈಗ ಹಬ್ಬಕ್ಕೇನೋ ಯಾರೋ ಬಂದು ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಮನೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಚಿಕ್ಕಪ್ಪ ಬಂದು ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ, ಚಿಕ್ಕಮ್ಮನೇ ಬಂದಿರೋದು. ಸೊ ಈ ಥರ ಏನಿದೆ ಈ ಸ್ಟೀರಿಯೋಟೈಪ್, ಇದು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಫಸ್ಟ್. ಬೇಸಿಕ್, ಆ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಯಾವಾಗ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಐ ನೋ ಟು ಕುಕ್, ಐ ಕುಕ್ ಮೈ ಫುಡ್. ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅ ಬಿಗ್ ಥಿಂಗ್.
ಬಿಡಿ, ನೀವು ಆ ಥರ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಲೈನಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಹುಡುಗ ಅಡುಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಂತ
ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್. ಸೊ ಯಾವಾಗ ನಾವು ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಇಂದ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ನ ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬರ್ತೀವಿ, ಫಿಸಿಕಲಿ ಮೆಂಟಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ. ಸೊ ಇದು ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಮಾಡೋ, ಅದು ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಮಾಡೋ, ಅದನ್ನ ಮಾಡು, ಇದನ್ನ ಮಾಡೋ, ಮಗು ಬಟ್ಟೆ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡೋ, ಅದನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ಕೋ, ಇಂಥದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ಹೆಣ್ಣು ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಎದ್ದು ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ, ವೇರ್ ಶಿ ವಿಲ್ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಫಿನಾನ್ಸ್, ವೇರ್ ಶಿ ವಿಲ್ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್.
ಅದೇ ಸಾಂಬಾರ್ ಡಬ್ಬಿ, ಅದೇ
ಇದು ಇವತ್ತೇನು
It's
very basic. So I would always suggest, like, ನಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು generation at least, come, we can do it together. We can do today, you do it, tomorrow I do it, you take this up. If we get this small, so ತುಂಬಾ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲಿಕೇಟೆಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಡೆಪ್ತ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡೋದೇ ಬೇಡ ಮೇಡಮ್. ತುಂಬಾ ನಾವು ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಇಂದ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದ್ರೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ.
Absolutely.
Like to tell that. Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
So we can wrap this panel, right? So anyway, thank you so much for being on this panel. It was such a wonderful conversation, actually. And the takeout from you obviously is that mental health is a priority for men or women, for that matter. And I think being vocal about it is all the more important than suppress it and say, because we don't wear many hats and handle multiple roles, it doesn't mean that we just have to keep taking it all the way.
Just to add, we don't have to be vocal to anybody else. We have to just accept in our own head.
Yes. We
have to just start with that. Right? At the minute we accept that yes, I am going through this and I can find a solution and I want to, sagu.
Yes.
It can remain a very private affair.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yes.
It's a very general thing I want to tell everybody. Being a trainer, I was a trainer. I worked in fitness industry for more than 13 years. So whenever I used to interact with female clients, 23, 24, 25 ಎಲ್ಲ PCOS problems ಇರ್ತಿತ್ತು. Most of them. So most of them face this problem. Sedentary lifestyle ಕೆಲವುದು. So okay, ಕೆಲಸದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, from the couch to the couch ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೀವಿ ನಾವು ಇವಾಗ. ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ಎದ್ವಿ, ರೆಡಿ ಆದ್ವಿ, ಲಿಫ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಬಂದ್ವಿ, ಕ್ಯಾಬ್ ಹತ್ತಿದ್ವಿ, ಕ್ಯಾಬ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಫೀಸಿಗೆ ಬಂದ್ವಿ, ಲಿಫ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಬಂದ್ವಿ, ಚೇರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ವಿ. So this is very sedentary and you invite a lot of trouble. Sitting and seeing a phone at desk is a new smoking now. I just read this article day before yesterday. I do suggest everyone, please do work out. It's not only about going to gym, keeping yourself physically active. Badminton maybe, walking maybe. Normal food ಏನಾದರೂ ನಾವು ತಿಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಡಯಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಆ ಕಾಲ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಏನೋ ಸಪೋಸ್ ಅಮ್ಮ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅಂತ ತಿಂದ್ರೆ ಹೇ ಐ ಯು ಆನ್ ಡಯಟ್ ಅಂತಾರೆ. So those things has to change. If your health is good, you can fight more. So you can get everything on track. Sorry. Yes, please.
I love this balance. I'm definitely going to conclude my conversation. But thank you, sir, for saying this. I'm from the healthcare industry, and it actually pains me to say that women versus men. Women actually come for a diagnosis when it's too late. The stage at which, let it be cold, back pain, anything. And I'm saying this across the country where, we do this is what I do. The women who come for a checkup, the time at which they come, it's pretty much when it's really, we have reached our limit and we can't do this anymore and the doctor has said, are you crazy, please get admitted. That is when we get a sample for testing. So with what you're saying, I agree. A healthy woman is a healthy India for sure. So thank you, sir, for bringing this up.
That's it.
Yeah, okay, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure having you, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Smita, for moderating the entire panel. Thank you, panelists. It was indeed amazing. I think we get a lot of learnings from this session. Did you guys learn? I definitely learned a lot. I think Smita herself being fitness enthu, and then we have Arjun sir, then we have Aishwarya ma'am, and the super talented ones right here. And I myself being a fitness crazy person, I always see that wherever we go, people say, why do you have to work out? You already Sunday idiyalla, they say. Sunday irodanta ಅರ್ಥ ಫಿಟ್ನೆಸ್ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಂತ ಅರ್ಥ ಅಲ್ಲ. ನಿಮ್ ದೇಹ ದೇವ್ರು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋ ವರ, ನಿಮ್ ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋ ವರ ಸರ್, ನೀವು ಒಪ್ಕೋತೀರಾ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ದೇಹನ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಹೆಲ್ದಿಯಾಗಿ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಪುನಃ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂತ ಒಂದು ಬಹಳ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ ಯಶ್ ಸರ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ದಿಸ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಇಸ್ ಗಿಫ್ಟೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಯೋರ್ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ಮೇಕ್ ಶ್ಯೂರ್ ದಟ್ ಯು ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಹೆಲ್ದಿ ಬಾಡಿ ಆಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಟು ದೆಮ್. That is the reason they say take care of yourself. We all, most of us are corporate people right here sitting on the desk. I myself hail from corporate industry. And I see a lot of my friends working more than number of years. Stretching is not at all as the problem. I think your body should be under your control. When you bend or when you stretch, you don't disturb God. No, ayyo, devre. Adukku devre yak kata kodtira. Let him be there wherever he is. Let him bless us all. But then, let it be your asset. That's a lifelong achievement that you're going to do. I'm talking a lot, back again. Well, ladies and gentlemen, with that, a lot of formal things on the stage, we have back to entertainment segment. We got a super talented performer with us. This talented one, let me call upon on the stage, put your hands up in the air and welcome Tripti on the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, to talk about Tripti is a dynamic individual with a rich academics and professional background. She has earned her BBA from Christ University, Namma Bengaluru, and LLM degree in Law and Development from Azim Premji University, and worked with PricewaterhouseCoopers, that is PwC, for a year. Ladies and gentlemen, not that this super talented one is also being performed in a number of events all across Namma Karnataka, Namma Bengaluru. She has been part of this the story of storytellers, a lecture demonstration held at Ranga Shankara. You all might have heard about this. And numerous group dance recitals organized by the Mansa Joshi Arts Foundation. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands up in the air and let's welcome Trupti on the stage once again. Trupti, I think we're all super excited to, your entire get-up, the costume, the makeup itself says that this is, and I have to say that it's a Kathak form of dance form that you've been practicing. But then Trupti, I already given the intro about you, but let me hear it from us and let us all hear it from you. Since how many years have you been practicing?
I've been practicing since
7 years. Ladies and gentlemen, give it a huge round of applause. It's not just overnight. Juice This has taken 7 years of hard work. So Trupti, the stage is all yours. Take it over. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, give it out for one Trupti on the stage.
Thank you for that introduction. I'd just like to tell you all what I'm dancing today. I'm dancing a composition called Sargam. Sargam is a classical Kathak composition, which is a pure nritta, a pure technical composition, wherein the notes of Sa, Re, Ga, Ma, Pa are used to formulate a song. The Sargam I'm performing today is set to Tal, Teen Tal, Rag, Kirwani, and choreographed by my guru Srimati Mansajesh. Presenting Sargam.
Go girl, let's hear it all from her once again. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands up in the air. Ladies and gentlemen, come on, it has to be a level up louder for Tripti. Make some noise for her. Even more louder. Tripti, come back, come back. Tripti, you said that your guru is present here. Can we have you on the stage, please? Please join us. I think what better than having Guru Shishya on the same platform. Mom, please join us. Please, please. Give it a huge round of applause for Tripti's Guru right here. Give it a huge round of applause for her. Now, welcome. I think we are celebrating Womenia and saying talented Three talented people, what better than this? How has your journey been as a trainer or yourself as a dancer?
A very happy Women's Day to one and all, even to men. I think you're a great part in our lives. Coming to the journey, I think what you learn by being a teacher is 100 times more than that of a student. So I've learned 10 times more, 100 times more being a teacher than a student or a performer.
Thank you so very much for accompanying your student today, and I see that spark in her performance. This comes from him. Sorry, not Madhur Barala. This comes here. That is how a student and a teacher's bond is. Thank you so very much for training her, and thank you for the beautiful performance. Give a huge round of applause for all three of us. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise. Thank you, Mama. I'm sure that you are here to enjoy the rest of the performance. Yes, Tripti? Super good. I'll see you all on the other side. Kindly be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a lot of things lined up for each and every one of you. And I think none of you have a reason to say late after that Mane Hogbegu Anta. None of you are heading home today without witnessing the entire performances. Before I step towards the next segment, we have a small brand video to each and every one of you. I request to all those who are standing to kindly be seated and everyone towards the screen, please. Let's have the Ouija.
There we go.
Fit your needs, designed to suit your taste with services which allow you to work hassle-free without thinking of running the office. Traditionally, running an office space consumes a lot of time and energy, but we at 315 Work Avenue provide services and amenities that match your requirements. What really sets us apart from other co-working spaces are these 4 key ingredients: accessibility, 360-degree services, bespoke office spaces, ISO and British Safety Council's health and safety certification. We at 315 Work Avenue are present at diverse prominent locations where business is being dynamic. One can choose to set up offices in multiple places too. Located near public transport and other essential services, we make sure you are surrounded by all the amenities to run your business successfully. If you're looking for enterprise, co-working, private office spaces, or event spaces, we span across them. As there is no one-size-fits-all, we provide bespoke offices too. Our 360-degree services is a proof of our elite services. As a member of 315 Work Avenue, you can harness your business interest with the help of our leading experts, state-of-the-art meeting facilities, direct access to funding from angel investors. We also organize events, workshops, community activities to help you with team building and network while being entertained on a regular basis. With open lounge areas and cafeteria, contemporary style, and breakout areas conducive for your team to relax between intensive work hours. Our full-time space concierge is ready to attend to all of your requirements. You can expect round-the-clock IT services such as scanning, printing, high-speed internet connectivity, video conferencing, power backup, server hosting, and visitor management system to keep your schedules organized. Our clientele ranges from startups to growing enterprises and fully established corporations. Whether long or short term, 315 Work Avenue provides office spaces with thoughtful, flexible services that fits your business budgets and needs. Tap into one of our growing offices as we are present in these prominent locations. Discover the workspace for your success. 315 Work Avenue, your business address.
That's 315 Work Avenue for you, ladies and gentlemen. Are you looking for your workspace? Contact 315. We are open for it. We are ready to take up the bookings. Well, in the next, thank you for the beautiful PBT team. Thank you so much. In the next, we have super talented artists with us. I'm sure that you might have, each and every one of us have already watched her performances. We all follow her on Instagram, her channels, performing n number of shows. I think I have shared her couple of performances on my Insta story. I never got a chance to see her, but it's for the first time that I'm going to see her, and even it's my pleasure, it's my honor as well to invite her on this stage. Any idea whom I'm talking about? ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲೇ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳು ಏನೋ ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳು ಸಂಘ ಸಿಕ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು ಜಹಾ ತೀನ್ औरतें लग गई शुरू किटी पार्टी वाह वाह yes it has to be. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands up in the air. Come on everybody, put your hands up in the air. This has to be. Put your hands up in the air, and let's welcome Sonu Venugopal. ದುಡ್ಡು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕರ್ಸಿದ್ದೀರಲ್ಲ madam, audience ನಾನು ನೋಡಿ ಇಂತ ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. Exactly, paid audience. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತಿರೋದು ನೋಡಿ, we are here to cheer. Ladies and gentlemen, if I have to talk this talented, I think she's super talented. No introduction needed, but still I would like to disturb your 1 minute out of that. Ladies and gentlemen, Sonu Venugopal is a stand-up comedian, digital creator, actor, improviser, and a radio professional based out of Bengaluru. She is a seasoned radio professional and voiceover artist. ಬೇಡವಾ ಅಲ್ಲ ಹಾಗಿದ್ರೆ ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಡೋದು ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಏನು ಮಾಡಿ Thank you so much, Sonu. The stage is all yours. Take it over. Thank you. Once again, give it up for her. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Sonu.
Hi. Happy Women's Day. This is the time when all women comics feel like Falguni Pattern. We are so much in demand this whole month. But I just want to tell you guys, we are funny after March also. I mean, just don't limit yourself, you know, like look for women comics 24/7, 365 days. So I'm going to make some stereotypical jokes as well. Because what is life without stereotypes? And then we'll try to break it as well. But I just want to tell to all the men, don't feel left out, guys. I know this is like, because the discounts is favoring us, the sales are favoring us right now. But don't worry, guys. We are just saving the money. So it's, penny saved is penny earned. So apparently, Women's Day was supposed to be celebrated on March 6th. Yeah, historically. Then we were like, 5 more minutes, we'll get ready, 5 more minutes. Then March 8th. There's also Men's Day apparently, but they've forgotten the date. Yeah, so if and when it happens, we can entertain. But I just feel that on Women's Day, we are overworking, guys. There is a woman MC, there is a woman comic. This is a time when we should just relax. This is the only day when we should relax. Just an idea. Also, the placement of Women's Day is so off, right? It's March. End of the financial year. No budgets. जो है उसी में कर लो. Yeah? And also, this is the month of exams. Who is the most stressed during exams? Mothers. Exactly. So like, oh, today is Women's Day, let's go out for lunch. Oh no, today's Arif's maths exam also. Don't worry, we will celebrate Women's Day. दोनों का मिला के later. I never trust people who postpone celebrations. You remember when Aishwarya Rai and Abhishek Bachchan got married? Yeah? It was a very closed affair for them. Yeah? And they were like, oh, हमको नहीं बुलाया, हमको नहीं बुलाया. Everybody was like, we were also like, हमको भी नहीं बुलाया. And then they said, don't worry, we are going to have one grand reception where we will be calling everybody. That day never came, guys. So now is the time to celebrate, right? You guys have postponed it, but still you are doing it in this month only, which is great. I was very busy on March 8th. So thank you. But guys, I also, this is a couple of anecdotes from my life about Women's Day and things like that. I'm not a fan of Women's Day. I'll tell you why, because men don't know how to celebrate it. Yeah, right? They treat it like birthdays. Which is fair enough because they anyway forget the birthday. So this is HR's way of reminding all the men to celebrate the women in their life. I have a friend whose birthday is on March 8th. Yeah. Her husband without fail wishes her Happy Women's Day. So, but I also feel birthday calls are getting very, very boring these days. Right? Like there is a pattern to birthday call. Have you seen that? Like, hello, happy birthday, thank you. And if your birthday falls on festive season, then hello, happy birthday, same to you. Oh no, it's not. And then what plans? Like nothing, I'm going to office, usual. It's okay if you have to do this once. It's not okay if you have to do it 48 times. 48 times you're telling nothing is happening in my life. It's almost like you're manifesting it, which is a very problematic word. Manifesting? This Women's Day, let us boom manifest, guys. No, womanifest. Yeah? So what is it that women really want? I want to know from you. Like, what is it that you really, really want this Women's Day? Anybody can answer. Ma'am, what do you want? Yeah. The one with the most gorgeous smile here. Yes, you. Yes. What is it that you want this Women's Day? Ma'am, what? No, ma'am. No. You can't be like that. So much pressure, right? I just want my beauty parlor auntie to accept my flaws. Like her own. Like, not matching eyebrows, it's okay. You have freckles, it's okay. I don't want my beauty parlor auntie to tell me, no, आपको clean up की नहीं, आपको तो facial की ज़रूरत है. Don't tell me. I just want our skincare to be simplified, guys. What is this 8-step skincare routine that we all are falling prey to? First is beauty only. We have to attract men with our beauty. Then they will see our personality. Otherwise, see, this is the thing, okay? I don't know, okay? I may be generalizing. But you've seen, some marriages when you see, you feel like that, right? You feel like, okay, I'll tell you, take anybody's example, okay? Take anybody's example. Take Sridevi Boni Kapoor. Don't you feel like you're hanging sikkidru? It's all because somebody is working really hard and somebody is not on themselves, I'm saying. So this 8-step skincare routine, I was like, I am not going to fall prey to this trap of capitalism. I am going to be like, just splash your face with water and natural beauty will do the magic. No, doesn't happen. The 8-step skincare routine is needed, guys. So the first step apparently is, it's CTM basically, you know that, right? I like the times when CTM was coffee, tindi and Morocco. That was my time. But now it is cleansing, toning and moisturize. Oh, you all are aware. You got a kit for this Women's Day? With a water bottle to meet your hydrating goals? And a phone app that tells you, now is the time to drink water? Women are timing their water intake as men are timing their smoke breaks. Oh, you're actually okay, I will drink water now. And these women, water bottles are getting very, very creative. Because we don't get enough praise, our water bottle is praising us. It is like, oh, well done. Oh, yes. So the CTM, I was like, I'm not good. Then finally I was like, let us see what the big deal is. So the first step is cleansing. Then it is serum. Okay, then sheet mask. Then, what is it? Gua sha. Yeah, where you, see, this is in-depth, you have to drain your lymphatic something. Men don't have, they are not perfect. We are the ones who have to do all this. And then there is, what is that? Toning, then scrubbing, then sunscreen, and 8th step is, which step did I forget? I will worry about it the rest of the day and I will get wrinkles. This is what have you seen? Men have one product from head to toe. Shampoo no ade, body wash ade, hand wash ade. We are like, no, you are so ugly. You need separate products for head. For head only you need 3 products, by the way. One is a scalp cleanser. One is a shampoo only for the ends. Then one is conditioner. Products are increasing. Salary is not increasing. What to do? So, we decided last year we will celebrate Women's Day by going for a staycation. You guys know staycation? Yeah, some people are judging me. Because it's coming across as something what lazy people will do. Right? My mother was like, Maninda, it should not be more than 2 hours. And it should not be part of Bangalore. So I was like, let's go to Whitefield. So we went to Whitefield and staycation. Staycation is like, you stay in one place, just money keeps going. That's the whole thing, okay? And staycation, we took a double occupancy room with an extra bed. Now you know when you're going with your parents, the extra bed is always for the father. Because Women's Day there is extra bed, right? And why I like staycation is because when you're on a staycation, you get to sit on the couch. Have you ever sat on your house couch ever? Do you remember last time when you sat on your house couch? You have taken 9 months to select the correct shade, the correct fit, but you don't have time to sit on your couch. You might lie down because of tiredness, but you never have time to sit. So I like going to staycation like that. Last time when I sat on my couch, my life insurance agent had come home. So he asked me, how much cover will you get? I said, what is the correct figure? You tell me. How much should I get it for? What is my life worth? You tell me. said 5 crores. I said 5 crores is my life worth. See, your insurance cover should not be so high that people actually look forward to your death. So 5 crores, he said. I'm like, okay, no problem, let's, go for it. But when he said 5 crores, I got up from my couch. I couldn't sit. He was sitting and filling the form. Then I called my husband. I'm like, you have insurance? Life insurance? He said, yes. I said, what's your cover? He said, 7 crores. I'm like, okay, he loves me more than I love him. Great. So, we called the reception, okay? We called the reception. We are like, sir, extra bed. Because the minute you enter the room, you see everything. There are 6 water bottles. My mom was like, keep 3 inside. You will tell you gave only 3. I will take. Then my mother also quickly collected the laundry bags. Then she saw, like, there is so much of extra things happening, right? Like water. But then now actually, if we go now, we have to bring back water because of water scarcity. In fact, we are also storing our tears every day in a bottle. We might need it anytime, right? So we went and then we see 6 types of tea. I know only 2 types of tea. Cutting and disappointing. Only 2. There are 6 types of tea with the greatest invention of mankind, according to me, that is the milk powder. It's the greatest thing a man has ever invented, right? Like anytime you're feeling low, just open milk powder and stuff your mouth with it. Swarga, full swarga. And I think milk powder is the only thing in the world, if you actually use it for its actual purpose, it's very disappointing. When you mix it with water, how does it taste? It's like patre told you, it looks also like that. Very disappointing it is. It's like, क्या कर दिया तुमने? Taste, texture, सब कुछ पानी में मिला दिया. It's very disappointing. So, and then we were like, there is no extra bed. We are like, Arey, we have paid for this extra bed. Where is the extra bed? We called the reception. He's like, extra bed आएगा रात को. I'm like, what is this? Isabgol or extra bed that only in night we can take. And how dare you think that I'm going to sleep only at night? It is my staycation, guys. Full week I have done coding on Python. Weekend I want to be a Python. Just want to lie down, eat and lie down. Then finally this extra bed came. It was so weird. It was like a briefcase. Like इतना ज़्यादा हो गया. Like हमारा लालच. Always starts small, then it became big. Then he made the bed and he went. Now the thing with this extra bed is that when you sleep on it, every time you turn, the bed turns with you. It's almost like a stretcher, except this is not hospital. So, and when we were sleeping, all the 3 beds were parallel to each other. We woke up, this bed was perpendicular to ours. My father told me this was the 3rd round. He was very upset. What is this? I couldn't sleep properly at night. I said, take milk powder, stuff yourself. You will feel better. We got home a lot of milk powder also. But I think comfortable picking my nose because I'm the embodiment of grace. I can't pick my nose. No, can't. So I think we should stop putting pressure on ourselves and just please celebrate Women's Day, guys. That's when we make money. But I'm just saying, yeah. But I feel every time when I take the metro, I feel very empowered. It's amazing. You guys have taken the metro? Yeah? Like not for fun, right? For like legit purposes. Yeah? Yeah. So I like metro because there is a ladies coach there. But the beauty of it is that we women can enter from anywhere. It's amazing, right? Like there are so many reservations, but here you can enter from anywhere. And if you are a woman, you will know that women are very competitive. I never go for the ladies coach. I'm like, no, you go, you sit. I go for the general. Because चीन के बैठने में जो मजा है ना, that maja you will not get anywhere else. And especially if you snatch that seat from a man. Oh, the joy. I can't even tell you. It's amazing. So what I do, I enter and you have to catch hold of a right person, okay? Don't look for a very confident man. He is not going to budge. I'll tell you whom you should look at. A man who is wearing oversized t-shirt, baggy jeans and floaters without socks. That is a sign of a graduate who is looking for a job. Probably he has been rejected and is coming back home and very upset. So he's your prey. You just look at him in the eye. You're like 5,000 years, you have suppressed us so much. And still you want to sit while I'm standing? How dare you? All eyes should do the talking, nothing else. Only eyes. Then he'll look at you. Then he'll be like, what am I doing? Then the guilt will go from his eyes to his spinal cord and he will get up. But then, Maja is not in taking that seat immediately. Then she'll, no, I don't want to sit. Does anybody else want to sit? Then there will be some gentleman, no, we don't want to sit, you sit. No, are you sure? Then after a little bit of drama, then you go and sit. Oh, the joy. I had to get down at Majestic. I got down in Jayanagar. The seats are so comfortable and AC. Oh, amazing. Yeah. So, I also feel that this is the time when women should be given TED Talks about things that matter. Was there a TED Talk today for you guys? Like something to inspire and all of that? Yeah? Are you inspired? Yeah, okay, great. Yeah, now you have to say yes. But yeah, great. But I'll tell you, we need absolutely clear TED topics. Like for example, how to maneuver through your crowded handbag. Find us a way to do that. Like my mother knows, she'll put her phone in the bag. And whenever it rings, she'll lift the bag and take her ear to it. So she's like, oh, it's not mine. How to find your scrunchie. These are the things that we need to know. And I feel that men also need to have TED Talks. Like, how to decode a grocery list. Have you seen this? Every time a man of the house goes out to buy grocery, 2 minutes later they'll call. What have you written here? Either sugar के बाजू में क्या है? Daddy, don't get it. No. Don't get sugar daddy. That's not needed. But yeah, so they need to understand how to decode the grocery list. Because only women know the difference between Bombay Rava and Bansi Rava. Which is why only a woman can find out if the other woman has had a haircut, threading and other things. Men don't have that finer detail. No, it's difficult. So yeah, I also feel that sometimes we need to have real practical TED Talks, like how to bond with your mother-in-law. For this too, you don't even have to be married. You hear the word mother-in-law, women of all ages will come, married or unmarried. Because, and then so I was like, yes, what are the things that we can do to bond with our mother-in-laws? First, cook with them. Bad idea, no? Because that's where everything starts. Oh, he's liking this now. Before marriage, he never touched it. People change, times change. Oh. Second thing you can do is you ask her about her mother-in-law. Then you will realize that your mother-in-law is much better than her mother-in-law. Because what is life if not for relative grading? Right? The third thing you can do is take her for a movie. No? Yeah. They're like, what is this? These heroes, these are heroes. Hmm? They're not fighting only. They're not protectors. And what is this? Women want to protect themselves. She, so boring. What is this? And fourth one is ask her for her advice. No, actually, don't do that. This is where I draw the line, guys. That's all. Now, 4 you do, fifth point is not needed also. Just do this much, it's more than enough. But I think women also need a crash course in decluttering. Right? How many of you feel that we need a crash course in decluttering? Yeah? No? You keep decluttering, ma'am? You keep decluttering your... Yeah?
Yeah, I do it often. Yeah.
You do it often? You never think that this I may use in next 20 years and I will keep it. No, you don't think.
I used to.
Oh, you have changed. Since January? Couple of years, okay. She's a practicing declutterer then. Yeah. So while I was decluttering recently, I came across an article, an essay actually, that I had written in my school about role of women in society. I've actually got it with me, guys. Yeah. I thought I'll read it out for you. Because Women's Day, right? And this was when I was 12 years old, okay? Yeah? So, yeah, oh, wow, okay. I started with Yatra Nariyastu Pujayante Ramante Tatra Devata. Classic way of starting an essay. Start something unoriginal. Preferably not in the language that the essay is in, because it sounds exotic. I was in KV, so I used Sanskrit, but if you're an inventor, you can use some French also, like, you know, la femme extraordinaire, kuch bhi, like, write something, okay? That's the best way. But by the way, what I said in Sanskrit, it means where women are worshipped, divinity thrives. I explained that also. Then I go on. Can you imagine Rama without Sita? I cannot, but he did. He also acted upon it. Yeah. Then I go on. Pandavas without Draupadi. Trust me, she would be better off, right? But I'll tell you what is the greatest thing that has come out of Mahabharata. Do you know, guys? It is Pani Puri. Because Draupadi invented Pani Puri. Yeah. Because Pandavas came home, they were hungry. And ghar mein there was not enough atta. There was enough atta only to make chotu puris. So she made chotu puris, only little palya was there. She stuffed that and she was like, so she made sukha puri. Phir mardon ne uspe pani dal diya. Then it became pani puri. Huh? Then coming back to my essays. Can you imagine Rama without Sita, Pandavas without Draupadi, and 6A without Sarita, ma'am? What is this amazing hook? Huh? Since childhood I had this content creator brains. Huh? Like now I have used her name. Now she will read the entire essay to see where all her name has come. Also, greatest lesson in corporate, guys, chamchagiri. Yeah. I would have become a great corporate. No, I will not say it. Coming on, moving on. It is always a woman who brings us into this world, nurtures us, and she shapes not just our physical existence but also weaves an intricate fabric of our lives with love and compassion. Oh. See, when you use words like love, compassion, nurturing, enrich, it's good for the vastu of the essay. Yeah, you will get extra points. Now next. If your father is a breadwinner, your mother is a jam maker, making your everyday very sweet. But now, of course, narrative has changed. Guys. Now, mother and father both are breadwinners, and your mother is a peanut butter buyer, making your everyday protein rich. Very important. Then, I move on. Except climbing coconut trees, there is nothing else women cannot do. Because I had not seen any woman climb coconut trees. And then I did my research now before coming to the show. Now there are machines that are plucking coconut trees. Because I'm sure women would have, figured it out how to climb. Then men are like, "Hey, abhi to hum machine se kar." Either me or machine, no woman in between, no sorry. Next, be it science and technology, sports or entertainment, women are with men shoulder to shoulder. God knows that you can never walk with a man shoulder to shoulder. I see my father going for walks with my mother every day. They go together, but they come back separately. Because one has friends and one is a lonely person. My mother has friends. Yeah. Oh, then I go on. My mother is my superhero because she has the power to make me eat vegetables in the tastiest way. But she also has the power of making dosa, idli and paddu with the same batter. Just like my mother, the batter is also a super hit too. Very, very cute guys. Yeah, very cute. Yeah. And then I go on. My favorite woman-oriented film is Nagin. Because in Nagin, Sridevi is also a human being and a snake. Because a woman can be anything that she wants. She is the protector, she is the savior, and she is the multitasker. Now again, this is end of the essay. For everyone who thinks that women are below him, oh, in the famous words of Gulzar, O papad wale, panga na le, thappad bajega panga na le, papa panga na le, उंगली दबा के अंगूठा बना दूंगी टाउन टाउन. जय हिंद. Guys, I won a consolation prize because I tried. Yeah, but this is another classic way of ending an essay, right? You start with something original, end with something original. But now when I think about this is how life is, guys. We start unoriginally, we end also unoriginally. Each में जो है, that is the time to be original. So whether a man or a woman doesn't matter, just be original. And happy Women's Day. Watch Nagin, guys. It's the most feminist film you can watch. Yeah, and I'm wishing everyone a very, very, very happy Women's Day. Not just today, but for the rest of the day, year, many more years to come. Let us just keep some serious, yeah, you get it. Yeah, guys. Yeah, thank you so much. Have a great evening, guys. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Sonu once again. A huge round of applause. Sonu, I must say, so accurate. कहाँ से लाती है? चुन कितना दिमाग कहाँ से चलता है?
नहीं, this is what I do. So यहाँ पे भी दिमाग नहीं लगाया तो वो रस्ट हो जाएगा. So yeah.
I'm sure आपकी सरिता मैम ना आपको ऐसे पढ़ के पूरा 14 on 14 marks.
No, I got consolation. I told you, right? Chaploosi doesn't work, guys. Just saying, it doesn't work.
Loss is for Sarita ma'am, not for you, Sonu.
No, I'm telling you, no. You can't butter your way through. I have realized it.
I know you're pro in it. You're pro in it.
Yeah.
But Sonu, well done.
Thank you so
We've been
much.
watching your videos and watching you live. I think we all had tears in our eyes. बोला खुशी के आंसू.
Okay, that's
खुशी
great.
के आंसू.
That's great.
I'll tell you something.
Yeah.
The lady sitting here, right? Ma'am, can you please get up? I think मुझे पढ़ेगी बाद में. She could relate the dosa idli very well with her little daughter sitting
No,
there.
but that's true, right? It's the superhero sitting in our fridge every day. It's like when in doubt, make idlis or dosa.
And everything that came related to in-law, the lady right there, full blushing, she could relate 101%. वो ना एक्सपीरियंस से हंस रही थी, उसको पता है कि उन्होंने झेला है और आप उसको पब्लिकली अनाउंस कर रही थी बस.
No, but it is कहानी घर की it is.
So you are an amazing person. Thank you for coming. Give it a huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure that it was a good session and you all loved her presence. Did you? Then make some noise for her. Come on! Just like early morning dosas and idlis. जैसे तवे पे डालो shh करके sound नहीं आता बिल्कुल वैसे. And now, moving further towards the next segment, we have our next set of panelists, ladies and gentlemen. Let's welcome them on the stage. I think I'm not really thinking that matte stage mein hogಬೇಕಾ ಅಂತ. But Smita, I'm not gonna bother you much. You're the moderator, of course. Let me welcome Smita itself first. Come on, Smita, we have our RJ Smita once again on the stage, ladies and gentlemen. Give it a huge round of applause. And the first panelist we have is sir is already ready. Performance ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿದ್ದ ಕೈ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಸಕ್ಕತ್ತಾಗಿ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Make some noise for Chandu Gowda, ladies and gentlemen. The handsome, the smart and the dashing, good looking. He is an Indian superstar Kannada actor. He has acted in both Kannada and Telugu film industry. He is an Indian actor who started working as a dancer way back. He made his debut in the year 2018. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for him. Come on. In the next, we have the super good looking, the gorgeous seated amidst us. We have Shehnaz Bapuji with us, who is the founder. Make some noise for her and help me out in welcoming on the dais. To all those who are thinking who she is, let me have a quick word about her. Shehnaz Bapuji has been in the advertising and marketing industry over 3 decades. That is 30 years. Ladies and gentlemen, that deserves a huge round of applause. Come on. Her extensive experience working with blue chip brands has given her the fortune to interact and learn about how marketing is done in both ways, that is B2B, business to business, and B2C, that is business to consumer brands. Ladies and gentlemen, come on, give it a huge round of applause once again. We also have Mrs. Super Talented Suma Rao with us, who is a transition management Merck Life Science Private Limited. Give it a huge round of applause. I was sitting there and enjoying Solu's performance, laughing her heart out. She is an entrepreneur with over 2+ decades of experience. She is an enthusiastic by passion, philanthropist by choice. Connect, complement, conquer is her success mantra, and her success mantra is amazing. Maybe that's the reason we all are here, Mom. We welcome you. And also, ladies and gentlemen, we have amidst us the super talented, none other than Amrita Mazumdar, who is a global HR head from Avatar. Give a huge round of applause for Mrs. Amrita. Amrita is a head of HR at Avatar. She brings 18 years of experience working with large global product companies and startups. Ladies and gentlemen, she has been instrumental in driving talents, strategies. Yes, sir. Sir, pani sir, parvagilla. Neeve pani sir. Pehle aap hi aa jao. Ladies and gentlemen, give a huge round of applause to all the panelists on the dais. Come on, make some noise for them. And I'm sure that super talented Smita is here and she's going to take it over for them. So may I request our team to help us with the chords, please? Leave a handle, Mabudi. Smita, over to you now.
Chandu is in a rush, so we're going to quickly, for Women's Day. Yes.
I'm really sorry, I'm flight to Tumba, so ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಹೊರಡಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ. But they are definitely very happy to be a part of such an event. ನಾನು ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ when I heard the previous discussions with panelists, ತುಂಬ ಖುಷಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So much of inputs to take from them. So ನನಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ, ಬಟ್ ಒಂದೊಂದು ನಿಜ. Basically, for me, celebrating women is all about respecting them. So practice what you preach ಅನ್ನೋ ಹಾಗೆ ನಾನು ನಮ್ಮನೇಲಿ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾನು ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಸೊ ನನ್ನ ತಾಯಿ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ನನ್ನ ವೈಫ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ನನ್ನ 1.5 year daughter right now. So even my daughter I say ನೀವು ಹೋಗಿ ಅಂತಾನೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಶಿ ಲರ್ನ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಇನ್ ಬೆಟರ್ ವೇ ಅಂತ. So a lot of people think, see, as Aishwarya ma'am, she was telling about equality and how people generally ಅವ್ರದೇ ಒಂದು ಪರ್ಸೆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ. ಇನ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಶಿ ಸ್ಪೋಕ್ ವೆರಿ ವೆಲ್. ಅಂದರೆ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವರು. ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸೋ ಮಚ್ ಆಫ್ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಟು ಡೂ ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್, ಬಟ್ ಯೆಟ್ ದೇ ರಿಫ್ರೇಮ್ ದೆಮ್ಸೆಲ್ವ್ಸ್ ಟು ಅ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ದೇ ಲೈಕ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಓಕೆ ಬಿಡು ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಅರೌಂಡ್ 100% ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹುಶಃ ಒಂದು 30% or 40% women realize their potential, and maybe when they realize it, maybe it's too late answer. Otherwise, you can see here all the women achievers right here, sitting in front of me. All these women have achieved so much. ಅವರು ಇದೇ ಥರ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕೂತಿದ್ರೆ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗ್ತಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಇವರಾಗಂತ ಆಗೋದಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಹಾಗಂತ ಏನೂ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಏನೂ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ಹ್ಯಾಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಟು ಆಲ್ ದ ವುಮೆನ್ ರೈಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ವೆರಿ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ ದಟ್ ಮೈ ಮದರ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಬಿಗ್ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಂತ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೀ. ಸೊ ನನಗೆ ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಮಮಾಸ್ ಬಾಯ್. ಸೊ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ಮೈ ಮಮಾಸ್ ಬಾಯ್. ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ವುಮೆನ್ ಹುಡ್ ಅಂತ ಬಂದಾಗ ನಾನು ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ಎದ್ದಾಗ ಮೇಲಿಂದ ನನ್ನ ರೂಮಿಂದ ಅಮ್ಮ ಅಂತ ಕಿರಿಸ್ತಾ ಕೇಳಿನೋ, ಅಮ್ಮ ಹೇಳಿ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಇದೀನಿ. So that's a sense of surety, that's a sense of love, and that's a sense of pride and that's a sense of security and strength for me. Ashton, that's everything for me.
We hope you have a safe flight. Thank you so much. Yeah. Hi. Recently I saw a series on one of the OTT platforms. It was called Mrs. America. So it was a very loaded series about women, where one set was actually fighting for equal rights amendment, and the other bunch of women were like, we don't want equal rights amendment. And it is interesting because as the series progresses, you realize that the women who are fighting for we don't want equal rights amendment are basically saying that if we get it, they will expect us to be 100% at work and 100% at home. Hence, we don't want it. So I think domestic responsibility plays such a huge role in a woman's life. And while we're thinking about career and growth as well, I think domestic responsibility plays a huge role. So I want to ask you, so when it comes to domestic responsibility and economic independence, where do you think we can bridge that gap?
Economic independence in terms of men and women.
Yes. Also, it means there's a difference between earning and being financially independent and taking financial decisions independently. So where do you think we can bridge that gap?
Well, on the previous panel, I heard that if women and men are equally contributing to the family, right? It's not two incomes, but two people earning and putting bread on the table. If we start from there, okay, that two people are equal, then financial independence will be easier to work with. And at the same time, if women caring for women, I go back to that. Financial independence comes when women take the role of caring. And men start working, or men are working, and women are asked to go back to their primary role, which we think it is ours, to take care of the children, to take care of the family, and to take care of the parents and their parents-in-law. That's when financial independence takes it.
Right.
And that is when there is a void in the pockets of women because she is not working. She's asked to work other jobs which are not paid for.
Yes.
That is when the independence comes down and economic dependence starts coming in.
Sure. And also if somebody is earning, a woman is earning, she seldom is allowed to make her own decisions when it comes to finance, I would think. Unless you have grown up in an environment where, like my father always told me that he would tell me what to do, but then he would say, you have to do it yourself. So that's sort of allowing me to be empowered in my own way. While it should be a norm, it seems like, an aberration as well. So in terms of telling women that you can be financially independent, where do you think we are lacking?
Well, the first thing is acceptance. That's what I see. Acceptance that women can take financial decisions.
Right.
Women can be the heirs of the property. Yeah. That's still it's not a norm still. Okay. Now the son, we will transfer our rights to the son. But the girl, we have got her married, we have given her jewels. I am talking from all start off life. Okay.
Yes.
We have given her jewels. We have given, the marriage has been a long marriage for 3 days, 5 days. We have spent crores of rupees. So I think we have spent what we are supposed to spend on the girl, but the son, we will give the rights. So that is where the discrimination starts. If we can start working this at the very, very minutest level, at the grassroots level, where we educate our children, be it a boy or a girl, that everyone are equal, equal shares, and equal respect. Okay, when we go back to the grassroots, that's when we see this disparity. Yeah, okay. The boy and girl. If we can tell that even the girl can fly to other countries to study, not only the boy, and girl can also take care of the family, not the boy, and boy can don the hat of a girl of taking care of the parents.
Right.
This can be bridged, but it lies with us. Yeah. The onus lies with us in educating and talking and creating awareness, even to the maids of our house. If we can start bringing this, that is when I see, financial independence or
if financial decision making starts improving, it can't be changed overnight. It takes a lot of time, but each one of us taking responsibility here that we work with our needs, make them aware that they can take decisions, make them aware that what are the schemes are there which will help them. That is when this starts coming.
Amrita, you are the head of HR. I'm sure pay parity is a very common discussion that happens in corporates, right? So, what steps should any organization, for that matter, take when it comes to pay parity?
I think we are getting into a space where pay parity is something that we are talking now, right? Most of the time when we got into a job, we never even asked that, hey, what am I getting paid? The power of negotiation was always with an employer and not with an employer. I think we have moved from that state to a state that we are now talking about pay parity. I think when we started our journey, what we wanted is come out of a house and get a job. कोई भी job मिल जाएगा तो कर लेंगे, right? That's the thought. कोई भी job. Then we moved to a stage where we are saying, कैसा job हमें चाहिए? What are the kind of jobs that we would be interested? And I can ask this question. I know we have very small audience here, but how many people are from science, technology, engineering, and maths or management background? Any one of you? How many? 3 or 4? And how many continued to stay in the field of science, tech, maths? Many of us actually thought, hey, there is some other job which are waiting and we are very good at. So we have come a long way from where we started, and today we are talking about pay parity. Now, before we go to pay parity, I think most of the companies also should realize that if we do not have an equal representation of gender, and I talk about equal representation just not by binary gender, but also of non-binary. If you do not have that in your product, in your teams, you are not building an inclusive place. And therefore your product will not take a long way, right? And because of that realization, today women are able to say that, hey, I want this job and I want this pay. And I think if you want to be a successful employer, if you want to build a big brand, then you ought to pay the money that a woman and a man is getting for that job. It's a job code, irrespective of what you're writing and doing, whether that gender is anybody. You ought to pay for the job and not for the gender. Right?
That's very well said. Shanaz, you have over 30 years of experience in advertising and marketing field. How many women have you seen in this field?
Loads.
Yeah, wow, okay.
We've actually been blessed in our industry, which is the advertising and marketing industry, to foster and engender the whole spirit of emancipation amongst women. So we've seen a lot of
women.
Yeah.
Okay, because I thought earlier advertising meant that only men would be a part of it. Okay, creative wise, who do you think is better? Creatively, who do you think is better?
In the brain. It has nothing to do with the organs. It's all the brains.
Right. So how do you think we can spread awareness about being inclusive right at the grassroots level?
I think one of the important things to understand about inclusiveness is also creating this environment of equality for everyone, where everyone is thriving, everyone's feeling respected, everyone feels that they have a seat on the table, everybody feels that their opinions matter. And if we are trying to get to a society where if everything is inclusive for everyone here, it's not about male, female also, right?
start from there, start from your home. I think we are all like very privileged. Yes. We come from like perhaps good backgrounds or better backgrounds, or we made our ways to the right spaces. But there's still that whole lot of people who come to our homes and we are hypocrites when it comes to treating them and treating us. If you have a maid, whatever, a house help not coming home because her kid fell sick, and if she bunks, say, 3 times in the month, beyond the 1 day or 2 days that you give her off, you'll be scowling at her, and I've heard people rave and rant. It's the common story of everyone, every life. And yet, if your child is sick, you don't stop to think about, oh my god, what a stupid office, they're not letting me go home. I'm sorry, I'm going to chuck up the job. I don't care. HR doesn't work, blah blah. So there's a lot of this the seeding and the changing of attitudes that has to happen with each one of us, including women. Women are equally to blame for the position that we are in. I mean, I don't mean it like in a it can be misconstrued, but I think like the more fortunate ones amongst us need to drive that change.
Suma, you have handled a lot of CSR initiatives. Would you agree that a lot of CSR initiatives consciously are skewed towards women and they want to include women-centric?
Yes, of course. CSR initiatives are, empowering women. And today's term is more to do with empower. Okay? And that is also one of the UN SDGs. Women empowerment, where inclusiveness comes, where she was talking about.
Right.
So here, women are not included for various reasons. One, the contribution of women is not considered huge because the man is the one who goes out for work. Okay? The woman stays back, compromises on all her, whatever she wants to do. If she was aspiring to become someone, she says, no, I'll take care of my child. I'll take care of my parents, I'll take care of my in-laws, I'll sacrifice it. She is always epitome of sacrifice. Okay? And that is when, inclusiveness, diversity, inclusion, equity, everything comes because she has a say. Okay. And CSR had to do this because we are talking at the grassroots level, where we have heard stories, we have read in papers, we have heard from people that how women are battered. So if we can empower them financially by giving them skilling, the most important thing which comes here is how can we skill them up so that their financial independence is better or economic dependence is reduced. That way they can contribute to the society. See, they are also adding to the GDP of the world. Yes. By doing not paid jobs, by bringing up children is also adding GDP of the world, which doesn't add to the world statistics. Right? If we can start working at that, I mean everything at the grassroots level, okay? Inclusion, skilling up, empowerment, treating with equity and equality, and also, giving them their space to voice out their opinions. Then probably by 2047, what we have the goal, we would reach it by 2047 itself.
I'm sure education also plays a huge role in bridging the gap. Right?
Definitely. So that's where skilling comes. And helping them, the most grassroots level here I'm talking about is why girls don't go to schools after a certain age, because they don't find toilets in their schools. When they are menstruating, they can't go to school. There are no toilets. That is where the CSR comes in and helps them to have, so that the education continues. Okay? If we all can think from that perspective, and she also spoke about her knee. Okay? If we can think that, if we can have a challenge for ourselves, the same women, the other women can have the challenge for her. So if we all start thinking in that direction, I think 2037 will be a reachable target.
Amrita, I just want to ask you, again, of course we're talking about women, so talk about gender-specific trainings that happen in corporate companies. Do you think today it is important to sensitize men on handling women-related issues? Because I think a lot of men don't know how to speak to a woman, especially if she comes with a certain, like I have to rush home or I have this responsibility. They don't know how to handle it as managers. So do you think companies today need to think about that?
Yeah, before I attempt that question, I wanted to give you some statistics which came in LinkedIn, I think last year. there are 88% of women who actually take a lesser pay, deny a promotion because of flexibility. You know, what you were just saying of sensitization.
Right.
Out of them, only, out of 5 requests that comes to somebody, I'm just saying, we are all talking about men and women today, but only 2 gets accepted, which means that you are dealing with such a low percentage that you actually have to sensitize everybody. It's just not men in the house or men at office. I think even women, we at times also don't realize that, hey, I need to be supportive of another woman who is actually maybe having a young kid at home, because the work at times are on you. You have so much of deliverables that often we also forget about those, right? So it's very important, and very rightly, as you said, the role that we play as an HR is also to make sure that the sensitization is happening more often. And I can quote one example, and this is one of the best companies that have worked in Google. We were trained for 3 months on something called unconscious bias. We all know about conscious bias, right? How many times we as women also are very unconscious about it? How many times, okay, I'm not going to tell this, maybe ask you, how many times have we gone on an evening party, leaving some of our friends at work who couldn't come and join? I did. So I'm raising my hands. You did? Look at the women around in this small audience. We have done it. So what we forgot is that if we have to truly believe in inclusion, it is in our mind. You cannot really have a DEI focused agenda at a leadership table without really understanding what it is all about. So it is not also about sensitizing with trainings, by the way.
Right.
It is about building that culture and following it every day. It is about making your checks and balances every day. It is about telling ourselves that, hey, how many times have I actually done this to my own sisters and my own sister peers in office as well? So yes, while we have structured training programs, we have POSH policies, and we have code of ethics policies, and all the policy that every one of us have read just on the HR handbook. Nobody actually reads it. We actually read it only when there is required. And I can tell you, this next gen that we are talking about, and my company actually is a startup. It's a Series B funded company, and we have all the young minds there. So oftentimes they also don't know what to talk and what not to talk. Hey, this is bad behavior and this is not okay behavior, right? So we are trying to draw the line. We are trying to make them understand, while not really carrying away, the beauty of ignorance as well. Like sometimes you're too strict, you're making too many boxes, which is not required at that point in time. And so give them the flexibility to bloom. Give them the flexibility to work together while you're sensitizing it. Yeah.
Well said. Shanaz, how difficult do you think it is for women? Sorry, I started with difficult. How easy is it for women to be included in decision-making roles?
I don't think there's a clear answer to that one, but I think it is difficult and it is easy. It depends on who's on the other side and who's doing the involvement. If you are in a leadership role and level, then you kind of figure out the way to get your voice heard and to be able to kind of bulldoze the agenda if required. If you think that your voices are getting dismissed, but then you have to reach that level and take some time to reach that level. And not everybody is as fortunate to cut through that platform.
Right. I think it also starts from home, right?
Yeah, it starts from home. It starts from everywhere. But in cases, I've got a lot of friends, a lot of colleagues always complaining about not being given an equal chance. Having pitched that same idea, but the guy or the other team who was led by XYZ. I'm not calling Balaji's name out. Even the
do you think technology has a role in bridging the gap of gender inequality, whatever that is there, the gap which has been created? What role do you think technology has to play?
Oh, it has a major role, I guess. And I think we're fortunate that we are having this Women's Day celebration because to a lot extent, tech has given us that liberty to come. If you see everything that we did today, I came in Uber, so thanks that somebody had, I didn't have to rely on somebody to drive me here,
yes,
right? So every second that you're touching has a bit of tech involved, and thankfully being in tech industry and being a techie myself, I cannot be more boastful of this situation. Thanks to also those conflicts which comes in and says, hey, there is a lot of AI and what is this thing about AI? I think AI is also a good boon, which slowly will realize. I mean, I'm not saying that everything that AI does is great, but there is a lot more, lot more value addition which we are not really seeing at the surface that AI is actually helping us. But, to answer your question, yes, today let's take an example of the internet penetration. In India, our internet penetration is 820 million. And half of them are in rural area. Now, the amount of internet browsing all of us are doing is 1.5 hours per day. That's the average. What are we doing there? OTT, obviously, thanks to all the big stars, are taking the maximum share. Then, thanks to a lot of women, we are doing a lot of online shopping. So 4 out of 5 shopping requests that are coming on the cart is because of surfing, and we are making those decisions, right? And then let's get into the economics about it. Once you see that there is a boom of e-commerce, or let's look at all the things that we are doing on the click of a button, we are actually encouraging people to come here and do online and economic transactions. So you are becoming more interested, and by that interest, you are becoming a little more prudent and intelligent in your spend. And who else will not know more than a woman? We are running house. We know maths more than anybody else. हम लोग घर चलाते हैं. And sorry, I'm breaking into Hindi, but हम लोग घर चलाते हैं, खाना पकाते हैं, नौकरी भी कर लेते हैं, right? So I'm just saying that this is how we are actually becoming closer. And going back to all the statistics, right? If we have women just at home, our household living and lifestyle that we are talking about is going to change. It is already changing. We have a better bargaining power on our health and education. We can afford our children to go to better schools and colleges, right? We cannot have that. Look at companies. Data is saying that if you have women on C-suite, you are profitable. I'm not talking about revenue. You are profitable by 47%, more than the companies which do not have women. Let's talk about investor. We have a poster boy investor sitting in our crowd. Okay, let's talk about investors. Other than show me the money, which every investor should talk to all their companies, funded companies, right? 66% of the investors are likely to give more money where you have an inclusive and women-driven, workforce. And this is not me alone, it is Morgan Stanley, and these are the data that I'm talking from there. Let's talk about GDP now. If you think India today, I mean, again, prediction please, India today is thinking that they will reach at 6.8 from 6.1, right? By 2025, we are expecting that we will be around 7.5. Let's be a little more bullish and think by 2030, if you have equal representation of women, we can reach to 8%, which all this while was unthinkable. And it's just not women. Again, I'm reiterating the fact, just not women. It's also a mindset. It is actually about equal representation from everybody. It's not really saying only women can do it. No. I mean, let's understand that we are also wired very differently. Let's understand and uh, appreciate the competencies that are better at men as well, or LGBTQ plus, right, that we talk about every day. They are also complementing us. And while we spoke about technology, what better product would you get if women are there in the innovation labs? Because women are wired to understand more of empathy. Are we not more empathetic? So when you are trying to build a product which is for your end consumer, who is going to think better from an end consumer point of view? Who understands better design thinking than us? Right? So it's just data. We are very low at it right now, and trust me, this data are something that I have to do every time to push the needle and push the barrier and say, get more women. And it's just not getting women alone, it is actually saying, what is it for you? Right. So I think that's the reason I think we will have to do it, and technology really plays a huge important role. Yeah, thank you.
I think from the earlier panel and this as well, one takeout is that it's not easy, but it's definitely not impossible. So there's one thing that you would like to say to everybody here about one quality or one thing that you must nurture in yourself as a woman if you have to be a career and a homemaker, career woman and a homemaker. What would that tip be?
I think don't lose the drive.
Right.
And don't lose the focus on yourself and on the others, because if you let the external forces play a role in your life, then you lead someone else's life. You're there, you've just got that one chance. Make it work and make sure that people who are around you, you're making an impact, on them. Just another, like a small point, I also mentor a lot of startups because I run a marketing advisory. And strangely or whatever, by providence, I'm currently working with a team. It's an all-girls team, doing like fabulous things, and they're very, very young, like 32 and below. On the other hand, I'm working with, say, a gem of a group of people who are very equally split in their, in their genders. And there are people I'm working with who are still trying very hard to bring the women in. So, I'm seeing that these sets of people emerge in today's day and age, and everybody's trying very hard to make an impression and to make a difference. So I think just hold on, go after it and don't give up.
Next one. Self-belief. Believe in yourself at any point of time. Failures are a part of life, but that's okay. So always believe in yourself and move forward. Don't turn back. Amrita, what do you tell yourself every night when you go to bed? What's the one thing you tell yourself? I'm going to wake up every day sharp. And I wouldn't take no for an answer any day. That's what I tell myself.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. It was wonderful having you, and it was a wonderful conversation. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was our moderator moderating the second panelist. Come on, give it a huge round of applause for one last time before we sign off. I think this evening we all get to learn a lot, irrespective of as a male, female, irrespective of celebrating Women's Day or what day it is. Learning is all that I seek tonight. A lot of learning with a handful of super talented, lovely panelists right here. A lot of learnings for sure. And I'm sure that unlike me, even you all might have enjoyed the entire session. Guys, did you really enjoyed both these sessions? Yes, super good. So now I'll just take 2 minutes of the open forum. We'll just open up the forum from audience to the panels. Any questions to any of the panelists before we proceed further? Any questions to any of the panelists right here? It can be as simple. You don't have to be that complex and corporate log hai, bhai founder log hai, high level questions puchna hai. Nothing like that. As simple as possible. Or any motivation that you seek, you look up to them. Any such questions from anyone? No questions? No questions. Great, they're gone for dinner. Okay, I think we have one gentleman. Yes. Ladies, there's a question from gentlemen. So please come. I think me, rather than me walking to him, he is helping himself walking to on the stage. What's your good name?
My name is Lokesh.
So Lokesh sir, what question and to which panelist?
Small one question. Actually, I am Kannada English ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದಿಲ್ಲ. So ನೀವು ಯಾವತ್ತನ ಫೀಲ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಯಾಕೆ ಹೆಣ್ಣು ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂತ. Small question. Why you are feeling? Why I will birth with?
Yes, I felt, and I felt proud about it.
So when
I felt when my dad actually said that, you know, you are going to read more and study and make it happen one day. I felt proud. I felt every time my mom was also studying along with me to do her double MA, I felt, hey, I have a woman next to me, he's also studying, right? So I felt proud. I felt proud when my brother came and said, you know, how come you're better than me? And why is that everyone likes you? So I felt proud, and I think I woke up with pride being a woman. I didn't feel sorry ever.
now what you will feel? Whether okay? Are you?
No, I'm actually floating in the seventh heaven, maybe. No, I think I feel a lot more complete, lot more responsible, because with everything that we do around comes, I mean, there's a huge amount of responsibility, and I think I feel that I can do more, and this is just the beginning. Yeah,
But
thank you.
you are lucky man. Because you are lucky. Because I am feel every day why you are not born. Like means ನಾನು ಯಾಕೆ ಹೆಣ್ಮಗುವಾಗಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಫೀಲ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. But you are all lucky. Okay.
Loads and loads and loads of hugs to you.
This is 100% feeling, my feeling. ನಾನು ಯಾಕೆ ಹೆಣ್ಮಗುವಾಗಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನೋ ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್ ಸೊ ನಮಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ನಾನು ಗಂಡು ಮಗುವಾಗಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು ಅನ್ನೋ ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್ ನಿಮಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಣ್ಮಗುವಾಗಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಿರೋದು ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಎ ಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ ಲುಕಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಗಾಡ್ಸ್. Only we know two gods. In the front of gods, one father, one is mother. Only we will feel gods. Respect is there in India. Women are almost everybody is giving respect almost in India. So you like gods. Okay. Thank you, madam. Thank you for one.
You know why we feel like gods here?
Yes.
You know why we feel like gods here?
You can see
Because we have men like
India. You can see the India map. So in India, there is a girl, woman. So Lakshmi, they are keeping Bauta there. So India become always the respect.
ಸೂಪರ್ ಓಕೆ ಸರ್, ಬಹಳ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಮಾತು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮನೇಲಿ ಹೆಣ್ಮಗು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಮನೆಗೆ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಿ ಬಂದ್ರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ವಾಪಸ್ ಬರ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವರು ಸರ್ ಪರಾಗ್.
ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡೋಣ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆ, ತುಂಬಾ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಐ ಕೇಮ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ವಿಲೇಜ್. ಓಕೆ, ನನಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷ್ನಲ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನಲ್ಸು ನನಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಮಾತಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ನಾವು ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದು 200 years ಬ್ಯಾಕ್, 100 years ಬ್ಯಾಕ್. ಸೊ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ನಮ್ಮಮ್ಮ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ಸೊ ನಾವು ಯಾವುದೇ ಕಷ್ಟ ಬರಲಿ ಏನೇ ಬರಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟು ನಾವು ತಾಯಿ ಹತ್ರ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆ ಹತ್ರ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ. ನಾವು ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ನಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆ ಕೇಳಲ್ಲ. ನಾವು ಹೋದರೆ ಅಮ್ಮ, ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಅಮ್ಮನ ಹೋಗಿ ಕೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ನನಗೆ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ತಾಯಿ ಯಾವತ್ತೇ ಆಗಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕರುಣೆ ಇದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ತಾಯಿಗೆ ದೇವ್ರಿಗೂ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಕರುಣೆ ತಾಯಿಗೆ. ತಾಯಿ ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಮಗು 9 ತಿಂಗಳು ಮಗುನ ಎತ್ತು ಸಾಕುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ನನಗೆ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ನೆನೆಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನೋವು ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾರು ಗಂಡಸು ಯಾರೂ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ. ಮಕ್ಕಳು ನೋಡೋದು, ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಎದ್ದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ 6 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಅಡುಗೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳು, ತಾಯಿಗೆ ಊಟ ಇಲ್ದಿದ್ರು ಮಗು ಊಟ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ, ಗಂಡಗೆ ಒಬ್ಬ ಊಟ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. ಗಂಡ ತಿಂದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಹೆಣ್ಣು ಮಗಳನ್ನು ತಿನ್ನೋದು. ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಿ ಥರ ಒಂದು ತಾಯಿ ಮನೆಗೆ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಿ ಥರ ಇದ್ದಂಗೆ. ಯಾವತ್ತೇ ಆಗಿ ತಾಯಿಗೆ ಗೌರವ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. ತಂದೆ ಅವರೆಷ್ಟೇ ಕಷ್ಟ ಬರಲಿ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ನಾವು ಸುಖವಾಗಿ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಬೇಕು. ತಾಯಿ ತಂದೆನೋ ಅಷ್ಟು. ಓಕೆ, ಇನ್ನೂ ಮಾತಾಡಬೇಕು, ಬಟ್ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತದೆ ಮಾತಾಡೋದು. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
Thank you, Lokeshwara. ಬಹಳ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿ. Well, I must also thank each and every panelist, and to, I know that it's been a very busy schedule for each and every one of you, despite you accepted our invites. So thank you so very much, and it was an amazing session. And for this amazing session, we have a small token of love to each and every panelist, and of course our moderator, who took over both the sessions to next level, to Smita. Having a busy schedule, I know that she has to rush to her Radio City early morning, 7 a.m., being the wake-up call to all the Bangaloreans early morning. But before we leave you, I got a small token of appreciation. With all due respect, may I call upon on the stage our founders, Mr. Manas Mehrotra and Mrs. Prachi Mehrotra on the stage, please. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Couple who's been sitting and enjoying the entire comedy was this, our founders. Wow, founders bhi bade mazedar hai hamare. Welcome sir, welcome mom. Thank you for organizing such an amazing event, the Womenia 2024. And now may I call upon Mrs. Amrita Mazumdar, please. Give a huge round of applause. Keep clapping. Chappade barta rahe ko, taaliyon ki goonj aani chahiye, dur dur tak jani chahiye. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, give a huge shout out to each and every panelist. As I call upon, I request you all to join us on the stage. We have Amrita with us. Come on, make some noise for her. Give a huge round of applause for Amrita Mazumdar.
Yeah. Ready? Look at the camera. Smile. Right. Look at the camera. One more.
Mom, you got to stay. And Mom, I want you to come back. We always make sure that our people leave both handed full, loaded. Thank you so much, Mom. Thank you. We have Aishwarya Vasudevan. Give a huge shout out to her, ladies and gentlemen. To the lady herself. Presenting to you, Aishwarya Vasudevan.
Look at the camera. One photo. Smile. Right.
Oh, exactly. Santur Mummy needs Santur Alva. So the entire package is from Santur Mom. I'm promoting Santur. Please ask those guys to pay me more. Thank you, Aishwarya Mom. In the next, we have Shehnaz Bapuji. This one's for you, Mom. In the next, we also have with us the super talented, the gorgeous Sumara. Ladies and gentlemen, give it a huge shout out. And calling on the stage, presenting to you, Sumara. Keep clapping, chappade every kadinda barbeku. Yaar kadinda chappade barudha aur nan kadinda 1 plate pani puri free. आज चलेगा weekend. In the next, we have Mr. Balaji Keshavaraj. Sir, thank you so much for coming. I think it's super interesting session. A lot of interactions, a lot of learnings from you. The man himself from the corporate world, over decades together of experience. Make some noise for Mr. Balaji Keshavaraj. Keep clapping, keep applauding, applauding, applauding. And now we have the super talented, the man himself. Make some noise for Arjun Gowda. Oh, hey. Hello, sir. Yes, two good course in the Ravnath Prashna. Come on, all the Arjun fans. Let's go, make some noise. A lot of fans, Arjun sir. Thank you for coming, Arjun sir. Thank you for coming. Thank you for sharing your experiences as well. We get to learn, no matter what you are, humanity is all matters. Give out a huge shout out for Arjun once again, ladies and gentlemen. And how do I forget without calling this beautiful on the stage? Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands up in the air and let's welcome our moderator, R.J. Smita Dixit. Oi, oi. इतना जोर में करना चला बट एक बार और सीधी हो जाए। स्मिता मैम के कितने फैंस हैं यहाँ पे? वाह भाई वाह 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 वाह। ये अभिमानिಗಳಪ್ಪ. ನೋಡಿ ನೋಡಿ ಈಗ ಬರ್ತಿದೆ. ಸ್ಮಿತಾ ಅವರು ವೇದಿಕೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಬಂದಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಬಿಸಿಲುಗಳು ಚಪ್ಪಾಳೆಗಳು ಹಾಗೆ ಮಳೆ ಬಂದಾಗ ಸೋಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ನೋಡಿ. Wow, lovely guys. Thank you so much, Smita. Thank you for moderating the entire show. Thank you. I think a couple of panelists have left the session. And now, may I request the lady herself for a word of thanks before I sign off.
Hello everyone. I'd like to thank all the panelists for coming here and making this occasion so special. And I also strongly believe, like as most of you said, we mustn't celebrate ourselves just one day. As women, I think we must do it every day. And I totally agree with all of the points that some of you all made, that yes, self-belief, the most important. And I think I want to add to that like you said, ma'am, potential, like nobody recognizes that potential. I think as long as mothers, we start conditioning our children that talent and potential has no gender, that's when the battle is going to start, we are going to start winning that battle, because it's a long road ahead. It's a conditioning. As mothers, we have a very important job to do. If we have a son and a daughter, it's on us how we break the stereotypes with them. And I think that conditioning, like you said, ma'am, years and years, and I think as Soumya ma'am said, I think years and years of that, unconscious bias amongst ourselves, that this is what we have to do, and these are these roles, these boxes that define us. As long as we break it with full faith and no guilt, because I feel as long as we believe, the biggest relationship we have is with ourselves first. If we learn to put ourselves first, and it's not just women, I think everybody present here, be it men and women, as long as we decide that we put ourselves first and believe that we can achieve anything. I mean, if we aim for the moon, we'll surely land at the stars. So I think, thank you so much for everybody for coming here, and let's break these stereotypes and let's conquer this world. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rachna. Thank you for those lovely words. Sir, before you leave, would you like to share a few words? और सर लाइक नहीं, बीवी ने बोल दिया, घर पे भी बोल दी बंद, बाहर भी बोल दी बंद. बीवी ने बोल दिया ना, Lovely. Thank you, mom. Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, with that, we come to an end of today's Womenia celebration. It was indeed my pleasure to be part of this, and my special thanks to the entire team of 315 Work Avenue. Beautiful session. Thank you for having me on boarded. It's Irene and Jyoti. Thanks for the coordination having me on boarded. Thank you. And with that, dinner is open. Requesting you all to kindly enjoy your dinner. I'll see you all on the other side. Until then, this is your host and the anchor Sapna signing off. Good night. Shabba khair. Shubh Ratri. Thank you so much.
Madam, if you go through, it's right.